Ready? Okay. Okay, so let's see. What are we going to talk about today? With these worldwide mental illness tactics that aren't going on, but we all know they are going on, and that is the problem, right? Because it's about creating mental illness because someone supposedly has mental illness to eradicate them. Yeah, I'm like trying to grasp that one here. Trying to grasp on that one. So there's a worldwide campaign to make me mentally ill, to exterminate me since 5 years old because I suffer from mental illness. Is it more realistic to say? Is it more realistic to say I want that dude's money, so I got to kill him or off him or rid him of the world? Or I committed a crime against that guy and I don't want him talking, so I got to kill him, exterminate him, make him look crazy, eradicate him. Rather than he suffers from mental illness, we got to make him mentally ill and lock him away as I turn 29. What the fuck's going on? Mike Huntley, you're a fucking dead man. What's going on? You don't talk or we kill you. Well, you spoke to Melody the stripper I introduced you to when you were 16. Didn't you? Of course, that wasn't directly said. It was implied. Right? Like so many other things. Well, you have a lot of guilt about speaking to Melody the stripper when you were 16, so we have to exterminate you. Because you're crazy, because you have a lot of guilt about it. But I never said anything. Right? You did. I never said anything about anything other than turning 29. What's going on? You don't talk or we kill you. You're a fucking dead man. So you have a lot of guilt. That's why we're trying to guilt you to death and then kill you with every person on the planet. Right? Then shit about karma. Then shit from me building cars. So it's about karma and me building cars. Oh, by the way, I just bought a Coca-Cola here. And it's black, so now I need to be killed because the Coca-Cola is black and it has something to do with black people just like coffee. Because it's going to change from coffee to Coca-Cola, right? Or maybe I'm trying to guilt you by buying a Coca-Cola. But wait, but you say you don't know me, world. Right? So how could I be guilting? How could I be guilting a world of people that don't know me that know me? Does that make sense? You either know me or you don't know me. Either the world knows me or they don't know me. And if they don't know me, then there wouldn't be a worldwide campaign of we're watching you and we think you're a bad person, so you need to die. What are some of those older statements when living in a glass house or whatever? Okay, well, security specialists or whatever they are at Warner Center Met point cameras at my house and they give out the information. Oh, Kevin just walked out of his house. Everyone come out of the house walking dogs or in the same colors, like black pants, green shirts, or whatever, all at the same time. The same things we see with all the cars that are either waiting or following me to parking lots worldwide, right? That isn't going on, but we all know it is going on. Okay, and it's been going on since I was 5 years old. Of course, I found out it was going on at 29. So 29, that was about 2000, 2001. Oh, hey, there's a worldwide campaign hunting me to kill me with psychological warfare tactics, and there's Mike Huntley telling me I'm a dead man with the police and government realizing that they're paying off people like Roddy Morales to have me killed, and Jennifer Hess, who came in calling herself Jessie on IRC, internet-related chat, then Jessie Jane following me to Gateway Plaza in the groups of porn stars following me, and then either her or the guy she was with whistling at me with the 40 to 100 people walking by whistling at me every day. It isn't going on, but we all know it is, and it gets on video every day now for the last 10 years. And the last 6 years, no, probably the last 15 years. And the last 6 years are all narrated. So in case you're thinking, I'm going to be watching videos and I'm not going to know what I'm seeing, it's all narrated, okay? I'm pointing out, kind of like I do with Brittany Henderson, but even more focused, because because you're not talking to another person. There's 2 white cars backwards. There's 30 red cars coming in following me to the Gateway Plaza parking lot. Well, next day there's 30 blue cars following me. Okay. Parking in pairs of 2s backwards. These 2 white Lexuses, these 2 white Jeep Cherokees, these 2 gray Mercedes backwards together. Okay, things that are statistically impossible to happen. Oh, by the way, we're hitting the beach. I'm gonna go chill out and chill out by the water, and that in itself is also the next crime of mine, because everything I do is labeled or deemed a crime. Hence, Jennifer Pilchick Perlman, we need to deem Kevin as crazy with worldwide murder operations to kill me since 5 years old. Making it to 29, finding out what's going on. You're a dead man. You don't have the right to know why we're hunting you to kill you with a plan of people. You're a bad guy. You're evil, bad seed, and a creep, and a bad seed, creep, asshole, whatever, none of the above, because there's nothing I've done to anyone. And if someone's watching this video right now and saying, Kevin wronged me, Kevin's an asshole and wronged me because he has an emoji shirt he made here that he sells, how did I wrong you? Just like Eric Christensen. How did I wrong Eric Christensen? Just like Sherry Christensen. Just like anyone at all. Okay, there's nothing I've done to anyone, and we all know it. But why is there a worldwide murder operation saying we're going to kill you since 5 years old? You're not allowed to tell anyone or ask any questions. Okay? Coming right from my own family. Kill Kevin at all costs. Okay, so if my brother's going around contacting worldwide groups with billions of government dollars, kill my brother, it's for money. It's either for money or it's for hate. Okay? It's either hate or it's money. There's no in between. There's no Kevin's. I think Kevin's an asshole, so I'm going to follow him from place to place with every person on the planet, no matter how far away he is from me. Because if I'm an asshole, you're just not going to talk to me, right? Kevin's an asshole, I don't want to be around him. Kevin's an asshole, I need to follow him from place to place and notify every person on the planet to kill Kevin. That's not about being an asshole. That's about I hate you, I'm going to kill you. I want your money. I want my family inheritance. You can't have part of the family inheritance, or I hate you, or whatever. You know, the same reason that the Woodman brothers hired those people to kill their parents for the insurance policy. The same reason that the Menendez brothers blew their parents' brains out with shotguns, while Stephen Aimbinder, my father's business partner's son, I think, was helping write the book, How to Kill People and Get Away with It, kind of putting Jason and his friends, my psychotic brother, close to those situations, kind of, sort of. Okay. But where did Jason get the psychotic genetics? From my family, clearly. I'm the black sheep. I'm a different animal. I'm sane and rational. When my family's telling teachers in high school to tell me to punch students so they could try to put me into special schools and things like that, and they fail. Why are they really doing it? Well, according to my mother, it's to make me a stronger person. Like, hey, I'm going to force you to blow people's brains out. I'm trying to make you a stronger person. No, absolutely not. People don't think that way. Unless they're psychotic murderers, or maybe like mafia or something. Okay, but why is this worldwide? Why can't you walk away from any of it? Why does stranger after stranger take over my entire life since 5 years old? Every single interaction, every single person, whether it's people in the psychology community, whether it's lawyers, doctors, all told to do the same things until you're dead and gone. Dead or gone. Why? I can't answer these questions, but it's clearly a government agenda with billions of dollars. Okay. Why? How is an entire planet involved? Correct? How is this an entire planetary operation? That's like the question of all questions, because you're going to say, well, Kevin, you're an asshole. Well, I'm such an asshole that the government, probably President of the United States in 1977, got involved with people in Congress and Senate, say, kill this person, invest billions and billions of dollars to put up internet-based systems in 94 and things before that, to launch worldwide mobbings to kill someone with psychological warfare, with strategic psychological warfare tactics that were derived from Adolf Hitler himself, known as gang stalking or community harassment groups, or gaslighting would be singular, gang stalking plural. How's that possible? Because my child's an asshole? That's not possible. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so since I'm the opposite of an asshole, correct? Why would they be saying Kevin needs to die with a planet of people and he's an asshole? Okay, well, Kevin's too nice. That doesn't make sense. Okay, so let's see. I wrote down some notes. And let's see, we're going to go chill at the beach. Hang loose, catch some visual waveage. We just came from the subway Gateway Plaza. There was a good 100 cars there in specific mental illness tactics. Well, it's because you're passing out cards. No. The cards are self-defense to a planetary murder operation that was... I found out at 29, and it took me till about 38 to even make a card. Okay, so let's see what's in my notes here. Okay, top of the notes. Terrence Scroggins' anger and rage fueling... Terrence Scroggins, paid off by LAPD. Lead Officer Sean Dinsey, who I haven't heard anything much about in about a year. Oh shit, we wanted Kanan. Lead Officer Dinsey, corrupt skinhead. I'm trying to figure it out because he ran for District 12 in Chatsworth, or Northridge, or Chatsworth. But he was with Topanga Division. Oh, that's right. My first arrest around 2013 was with Officer Jensen, I believe also sort of working with Louisa Jensen in like Britain or something, England, I'm not fucking sure. And not really directly working, but using the cryptic nameage. And just like Jennifer Hess, Jesse Jane, right? That weird shit. Stalking me in groups and twos, and then saying I'm a stalker, right, Alexis Amore, right? Okay, so that's a cover-up from what's being done in my life with a planet of people. Okay, so, this is 5 years old. So, Scroggins, 2013, I go see therapist Karen Eschigan. Kareen or Karen, who cares? She's a piece of trash. Piece of Jew hate, child molesting, murdering, shit, scum, and trash. Doesn't have the right, especially to be in the psychology community. She is not there to help people. I do therapy with Kareen or Karen Eschigan. She's on my website under like psychologist community hunting me or whatever that link is. And she gets mad because I'm a snitch, I'm dead, I'm a rat, right? Oh, well, Kevin, you made a statement, you made a joke in the strip club, I feel like a rat in a cage, so you say scary things, right? So, yeah, that's really scary. Look at my fingernails, that's scary too, right? Ah! Okay, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Alright. So... And let me tell you, if a girl's getting fucking gangbanged, like if a girl likes to pull out video cameras and gets gangbanged by 50 fucking guys, she's not scared of that statement or anything else. Okay, so, you know what I'm saying here? The bullshit level is just that thick. Okay, so, I start saying, bringing my father to the therapy sessions, because it's like my father has Lorena hire me to work at his office, and he has his entire office trying to fucking kill me minute by minute, which is still going on worldwide. And it's not only his office, but it's a planet with his office. And like I said, it starts at 5. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on when my father's trying to have me killed with a planet of people and execute me, right? Of course, you don't really understand back then because it so doesn't make any sense. Just strange. I could point. Here's a gas station. See those two people in the gas station right there? If I start talking to them, they'd know who I am and start going like, wow. Hence me calling Alexa some more wowzers, right? Okay. So wow. Okay. So, or I don't call her wowzers, but I say it in a general statement on my social network walls because everything on their posts are directed at me in a idea of reference method. Like this morning there was like 50 people posting yellow and blacks all together, or maybe I go to the Burger King right here and then I check on Twitter and or Instagram or Facebook and random strangers around the world say I like Burger King, I'm the king of burgers, like things like that are idea of reference general statements that are directed to me by an entire planet. So you feed into it and they go, well, you're an asshole, you provoked me. Well, I provoked a planet? How is the planet getting the information, the private information, even if it's public information like on my Facebook or my Twitter? Let's say my Facebook, I have 100 legit followers. If I have 100 legit followers on my Facebook, how does that equal 4 to 7 billion people? You get the idea? And this starts way before social networks. So it's a system. What was Mike Huntley's words? We're using a system against the system against you. And I was like, what's this idiot babbling? We're using the system against you? And an actual government kill system, which at the time you're like, oh, and the two orange cars, the guys walking in, coming from Gateway Plaza as I was getting in my car, the two orange cars. The guy kept saying, wow, as he was walking by me about 10 minutes ago, right? So that's why I'm bringing up the whole wowzers. Because this never stops minute by minute worldwide, and then everyone sits there and goes, oh, you're imagining it. Die, Kevin. You're imagining it. You want to be my friend? You better do what I say or we're going to... What was the Stephanie Schuyler statement? If you want to be my friend, I'm going to treat you like shit. Because he was angry that I wasn't kissing her ass. With worldwide support, that's where it gets weird. It's not a one-to-one interaction, right? It's worldwide. So, speaking with the therapist in 2013, Karen Eshigan, with video proof, look what's going on. Look what these people are doing. Oh, well, I don't care about that. She's not verbally stating that. I don't care about that. You need to die. Right? That's her behavior. I don't care that worldwide groups are hunting to kill you. You need to die. We need to put you in a mental institution. Let's do joint therapy with my father. Let's do joint therapy with my father. Let's try to get to the bottom of this. Let's try to resolve this, because that's what sane, rational people do. They try to figure out what's going on and resolve the issue, correct? That's what sane, rational people do. That's anyone that makes it in life, that's how they behave, okay? They work together. Anyone that wants to accomplish anything in life, okay? On any real level. You know, a 2-bit hack, they might walk around like, I got your back, bro, right? And those are the people that end up in gangs shooting each other, right? Okay? And if that's your prerogative, you want to be a gang member and shoot each other or do whatever, then that's your whatever. But that's, I would never want to be any part of that type of thing, right? Because it's not proactive to having a good life. And that's how I've always been. And when I'm talking about gangs, that gangs have nothing to do with gang stalking. So if anyone has proper English skills, they know that, even though LAPD was trying to use the criminal gang community as a cover-up to say Kevin's crazy and all those weird things, while throwing me in jail, trying to make me look like a drug dealer before and after and all that. Okay, so Jensen, 2013, after seeing Karen Eshigan or whatever, arrests, misdemeanor arrests for sitting on the sidewalk by My Brother's Barbecue. doing a time lapse and a sign saying smear for creating art, because I was being hunted by all the restaurants as well as coffee shops and everywhere else, still everywhere worldwide, for no reason. And the more you react, the more they try to collect it and use it against you, ratcheting down, but they always leave out the actual argument on everything. Every single thing they try to curveball. Doesn't matter what it is. There's never an honest argument or debate about anything. Especially starting at the beginning. Starting at the beginning. There's never anything honest. Okay? So people try to start at the end. Well, you can't do that. It's a worldwide campaign to kill me. And it's not because I'm trying to fucking figure out how to stop it. So because I have the right to breathe. It's a worldwide campaign to kill me. I turned 29. Mike Huntley, you're a dead man. World of paranoia. I'm noticing an entire planet hunting me to kill me. That's where it starts for me finding out. That's where my business crumbles. That's where Mike Huntley takes off, my business partner. That's where it starts in my mind, but it really starts at 5 years old. So, if you want to say what happened at 29, oh, Kevin had a mental break. Bullshit. I was met with all sorts of death threats watching a planet try to kill me. And it starts at 5. So that's where it starts. What is the reason my father's hunting me with my brother, Jason Perlman, with an entire planet for turning 5 years old? That's the argument. There is no other argument. There's no, you're trying to stop a planet of people from killing you by passing out cards argument and things like that. Okay. Even if I have to fucking cram that card down your fucking throat so you stop breathing so that I can stay breathing, okay? In self-defense. Alright? And I know that's a brutal statement, but you don't think 100,000 to 1 million attacks per day with psychological bludgeoning to kill someone is brutal? It's beyond brutal. The only difference is nobody's physically touching you. It's actually 1 million times worse. Oh, but you don't see the blood, right? So you'll just look the other way. Okay, so 2013. Let's get my father into therapy. My father doesn't want me to talk. Okay? You're a snitch. You're dead. Well, can't we fucking resolve this? Whatever this is. Okay, but remember that nothing's in my life, nothing's directly said. There's just a worldwide campaign to kill you, starting for me, watching 40 to 100 people walk by and whistle wherever I go in the world. Okay? And then switching and changing and newer tactics, growing to kill me, from girls sent after me in pairs of twos and 100 and thousands of different other ones. Okay? It never ever stops. Okay, so it never stops. It's not about anything. There's just worldwide murder operations to kill me. The more you say something, the more you try to talk to people, the more you try to stop it, the larger and larger groups form. The more you try to relax, you get those death threats. No relaxing for you, nigger. You better accept what's going on or it's going to get a lot worse for you. Some of these are on video. You have the police. They refuse to admit it's going on, no matter how much video proof. You have all sorts of older police officers threatening my life and things like that. Officer Toro, if you ever take a picture of a person, I will exercise the law in my own way before Jensen and Dincy, because they don't want me getting the proof I had, especially Encino Starbucks or on Havenhurst and Ventura Boulevard, not wanting the proof of these murder operations. And that all ramped up, I think I explained it in my last video, after seeing psychiatrist Alex Lazar, who was mad at me. You're a snitch, you're dead. And he was Armenian or Persian. So he was linked with the Tom Farley Persian Kill Kevin groups. Okay? Linking back to my father's office with chiropractor Payam Shyam. Okay? Always linking back to my father and my brother. Kill Kevin at all costs. Well, Jason said. That's nice that Jason said, but my interactions are between me and whoever. Jason said, want $1 billion fucking but propaganda system to the world with Jennifer Pilchick Perlman. We need to deem Kevin as crazy. Oh, did they put that part on the blog? Or on the propaganda channel? I hate Kevin. I need to deem him as crazy and take the family inheritance. Did he put that on the propaganda channel? Okay, because why isn't the guy out in Florida doing whatever he does while I'm out in California doing whatever I do, right? Why is he actively pursuing me with an entire plan since 5 years old to have me killed? It's a simple question. And if you're on his side of killing a 5-year-old with an entire planet and my sick father, then you're a backwards white trash hick. It's that fucking simple. Okay. Who has no fucking education, common sense, or anything else. Okay? The ability to logically, factually think or anything else. Okay. So 2013, therapist Karine Eshigan. In comes Officer Jensen with his lackey trainee, Sean Dincy. Okay, I don't know whatever happened to Jensen, but Dincy became lead officer. Around 2017 arrest, Dincy still in the picture. We need to silence Kevin at all costs. Federally sued by Rex Schillenberger, trying to force him into mental institutions, ex-Hollywood guy, for sleeping in his van. And Dincy trying to force him into a mental institution as well, while using his Facebook account to try to turn everyone against him. Okay. With the city of LA, federally sued. We haven't heard about Dincy in a while. Dincy originally with Jensen, that's 2 arrests with Dincy and his partner. And that arrest, that all ramped up with my father and with therapist Karine Eshigan, where Terrence Scroggins in 2013 comes into the picture making up lies that I supposedly glued his mailbox shut, working with Karine Eshigan to try to get me to go after Scroggins, which you can see, by the way, on hundreds of videos, Scroggins pursuing me. Hundreds. Running up to me, you're this, you're that, blah, 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 trying to get a reaction so he can cry wolf. Oh, poor me, my life's in danger. Even 2 days ago, screaming and yelling at me that I'm crazy and this and that. As I get out of my car and I'm checking the hood because the front's vibrating because the engine's fires up and the engine's running really rough, and I'm hearing this vibrating sound and the engine's cold, and I get out and I walk up to the hood and I push the hood down and the vibration goes away, like holding it down, and Scroggins starts yelling, "What are you doing?" like across like 50 feet away, and he starts running up and getting in my face, and you're crazy and you're this and you're that. Now, what is Scroggins, like hundreds of other videos, doing? The professional trash digger, professional ex-veteran professional trash digger, what is he doing? He's running up, chasing me. Now, remember in my other video, chase or be chased. There's no gray area in Kevin's life for some reason, in the whole, whether it's dating or whatever, there's no gray, there's just chase or be chased. So I'm getting an ear block in the canyon. Chase or be chased, but never, let's go on a date. Like, do you understand? I'm going to chase you. Oh, you're interested? I'm done. Now you got to chase me. Well, I don't chase people. Why would I chase people? Are you a fucking idiot? Okay. Now these situations are all created. Does that make sense? To sort of try to drive you crazy. Well, Kevin, why have you been single for 50 years? Well, because when I got random fucking sickos running around with Chase or Be Chased with Jason Perlman, you can't date anyone. Do you understand? Or the very few dates I've been on have been disastrous, like Kevin tried to kill me for yawning at the restaurant table or whatever, right? Okay? So, and you can apply that to every aspect of my life. It's this way or that way, and nothing makes sense. Okay, why is it happening? These double bind scenarios, these catch-22 scenarios, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Well, because it's designed, the system, the Kill Kevin system, is designed for just that purpose, to drive someone crazy and force them into a mental institution and make it look like they snapped and went crazy and they're a bad person. Okay, so 2013, Karen Eshigan, lead officer Sean Dincy, arrest, which they buried the paperwork. You can't order the police the case information. They buried it. They wanted to wipe it, the entire record, and they destroyed the case file. Unheard of, especially for a small misdemeanor in Van Nuys Courthouse. Now you can link that to Debbie Woolman, court reporter who purchased my property, the property adjoining my wall 24 years ago, and nobody's ever lived in the place. But they probably have audio surveillance and all those things, probably even a computer for Wi-Fi hacking, and all those things that Jason started in on as I was a young kid. About, what was it? Me and my friends have a bug in your room, and we're listening to everything you do on the radio, trying to flip me out while using music, trying to make me look crazy with music. Things I wasn't picking up on. Because the whole Bumblebee tactic, that's a cover-up for Jason reversing all the things he and his friends with worldwide support are doing to my life since 5 years old with my sick, demented, child molesting father. And like everyone else, what they do, example, Kevin, you're a stalker. We keep sending pairs of twos, stalking women after me in pairs of twos. Then they turn around, Kevin, you're a stalker. Okay, you can apply that to thousands of different situations. Whether it's the cars backwards, whether it's this or whether it's that. They're all cover-ups. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of cover-ups that switch and change and turn to newer and newer kill Kevin tactics since 5 years old. And then what they do is they take what they're doing and they tell the world, look what Kevin's doing. Okay, so when Brian Longbotham is saying, stop doing what you're doing, which is a vague, general, what are you fucking babbling? Of course, you didn't understand that the guy was paid off to have me killed, or I didn't understand. Great, now I have an ear block in one ear. You get the idea that you're not understanding that there's a worldwide murder operation to kill you in the first place, right? I mean, why would you think there was, right? Why would you think these people want to be your friends when they hated your guts, right? Because if I don't like someone, I don't waste my time. But my father's mentality is keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer. So that's the mentality that I've been dealing with my entire life. But how does it go to everyone I've ever met? That's where it gets really weird and strange and freaky. Well, Kevin, you think differently. You don't know how the world works. I don't know how the world works with psychotic murderers who make movies called Psychos on VHS video cameras holding knives up to my throat saying, let's make me the fifth member of the Bee Gees, which turn out to not be jokes, not be little movies, while my brother tries to make it look like I conform to media with my father. Because where is Jason learning these murder tactics? Right? He's got to be learning somewhere. His values, his moral values, and way of dealing with people and situations, while him being 7 years old, has to come from somewhere, right? He has to learn it from those behaviors are learned. When we're children, all of our behaviors are learned from our parents who parent us, correct? Except ironically, I learned from other people. Does that make sense? So my family are psychotics, and I was the opposite, and still am the opposite. Okay? Which is ironic, because that's like, almost like, how is that even possible? That the kid that's being hunted by psychotics is a really good, well-grounded, decent person. Well, being around that, well, I guess I was probably looking at the people that weren't involved, right? Like, that's where my values came from, everyone else. Right? My values came from everyone else that's normal. Like, hey, if you get in a fight with your girlfriend, you ask them what's wrong and what's going on and try to resolve it. And, oh, you looked at me the wrong way, we're done. You didn't buy me this and you didn't buy me that. Well, I don't have time for you. Right? Like that type of me, whatever. Okay, so, I'm I'm going to stop this. I'm going to find clear my ears is what I'm going to do. Okay, so cleared my ears, and we stopped and we got a coffee too. Met with about 15 provokings from Starbucks employees and strangers, the usual. And that I'm imagining and I need to be put in a mental institution, okay? So, you do the math on this Jew needs to die since he was 5 years old. What is it about? Well, we don't want you here because your Jewishness makes us uneasy and we have to try to kill you. Oh. Right? Discrimination and attempted murder, which is a crime still going on, a worldwide murder operation to kill me, based on gang stalking, a way of killing someone with never-ending, subtle psychological attacks. Okay? A premeditated, let me stop, quote unquote, premeditated and execution of a way to hurt, harm, maim, or kill someone, correct? A crime under the guidelines in a law book of murder. Okay? Period. If a cop tells you that what they're doing isn't a crime, they're lying. There's premeditation and execution with a thought out ending. The ending is thought out. This is what we want to do to the person. Everyone get together and do it. That is a crime. That is a conspiracy. That is more than two people conspiring together to hurt, harm, maim, and kill in a method that is completely different to how someone normally would do it. People have asked me why. Well, because there's no fucking investigation. There's no loose ends. There's no blood in a bullet hole and an investigation. Who did this and who would do such a thing? Oh, the guy just went crazy and killed himself. The guy just ran around screaming till we had to lock him in a mental institution. Right? Jason Berlin, me and my friends have a bug in your room and we're listening to everything you do on the radio. Okay? While sending me messages with Radio Chaos and Roger Waters and things about chaos theory and butterfly effects and little cryptic thready messages that we're going to do these things to you with worldwide groups, okay? Using music for messages to send me messages, and then trying to, like I said, Bumblebee, turn it around with, hey Kevin, let's go see the movie Transformers. Let's go see Transformers 1, right? Bumblebee no longer had speech cords in the movie. Well, doesn't Darren Moselle write for Hollywood? The guy who wants to bludgeon me to death with rocks for Navi telling me that we should make splashes in his pool. The Persian neighbor makes splashes in his pool, throwing rocks in his pool, make splashes. Hey, Kevin threw rocks in my pool. I have to hunt him with a planet of people and kill him. Well, that really doesn't make much sense, no matter what I was doing with rocks. But the point is that, well, it's Kevin's fault we have a worldwide campaign to kill him because he threw rocks in my pool. So I have to work with people in Hollywood to try to turn him into a schizophrenic. While you're making VHS movies called Psychos when I'm 12 years old and holding knives up to my throat, right? Okay? Okay. Why are these people helping? Because torturing 5-year-olds who are 50 is fun? It's funny? Oh, that's right, my father was mad at me for going to strip clubs and he said, like, you had fun, didn't you? Like in this angry tone, like fun. So the word fun is a crime, too. Okay. But nothing makes sense because nothing's really specifically said. You're just going to ponder what the fuck's going on already, right? Are you going to have a specific argument and sentence to anything? Okay. No, they're not going to have a specific argument and sentence to anything because nothing's really about anything but killing a 5-year-old out of hate. Okay. So, where are we? Okay, so where are we here? We were talking about values. Let's skip all that. We all know that I have really good values. I'm a really good person. And we all know that I'm extremely well-grounded, stable, and good business ethics and practices and good original ideas and you name it. But can't make money because I have a plan of people trying to stop me from existing. Correct? Well, that's a civil crime called defamation, slander, libel, destroying my reputation to the world, causing damages, but it's also a criminal attempted murder crime because that's what this is really about. So people need to go to jail for hunting me to have me killed, and then organizations need to be sued on an ongoing mental bludgeoning. Why? Because if they keep bashing my skull in, my brain stops working and I die. Now that's interesting because one of my mother's weird fantasies when I was 14, but I think I was 16, she walks up and asks me if I hit Josh Burnham in the head with a golf club after peeling out my car or something like that, right? Okay? And that's probably the only direct thing she's ever said because I looked at her like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay? Now I've had this conversation with Brittany Anderson and several other people. There's no actual rebuttal here. There's no rebuttal. Yes, you did do this to Josh Burnham, and here's proof that he was in a hospital, and there's no rebuttal. There's just, we're going to kill you, and you know what you did, and the hints of what I did keep changing, like supposedly I cut Melody's brake lines on her car, because Mike Huntley then says, Melody the stripper's boyfriend cut her brake lines, and then Mike Huntley comes after you. Just like my father says, Mike Huntley stole $10,000 from me, then my father comes after me. Okay, you get it? These weird things that are just freaky, and at first you don't understand what you're seeing. You're like, are you mad about something? Or why are you imagining it? I'm not imagining it. What are you mad about? Now I gotta sort of obsess on what's going on. You suffer from obsession. Well, no. I suffer from a plan of people trying to kill me without a fucking answer to an ongoing murder operation with on a planetary fucking scale. Okay, it has nothing to do with mental illness. It's designed by the psychology community to drive you crazy and eradicate you. Okay? To try to erase your mind, spin your mind, torture you, kill you, all the above, set you up, frame you, have people attack you, cops reverse the charges, you name it. Every single way of killing a 5-year-old with every single person without physically touching or putting a bullet through their skull is going on and has always been going on since I was 5 years old, including the lady when I was 16 sitting on the side of the road by the Honda dealer launching her fucking car perpendicular at me and then getting in her car yelling, "You tried to kill me." Right? So what you can, if you want to do the math on that, the girl was waiting for me to drive down Ventura Boulevard. She saw me. She launched her vehicle at me trying to fucking kill me. She got out screaming, "Kevin tried to kill me," to cover it up. Now you can apply that to everything. Pretty much minute by minute for 50 years or 45 years, okay? Stranger after stranger. Well, Kevin, it's your fault for not stopping it. Okay, how do you stop it? Build a nuclear bomb and blow up the planet? Is that how you stop it? Oh, well, Kevin's the next Unabomber. Interesting, because wasn't that one of Dincy's tactics with Victoria Walker? Okay. Kevin, we're having Starbucks employees fabricate charges that Kevin supposedly threatened to kill all Starbucks customers because they found out I have video of them working on me for about 100 years straight. Okay? Okay, I'll be realistic. 20 years straight. How dare I have proof of a murder operation with Starbucks and Coffee Bean and all the other large-scale entities, Universal Studios, hunting me to have me killed? How dare I have proof? Well, Kevin, you dealt with it in the wrong way. I actually had one of my stalkers say that. You dealt with it in the wrong way. First of all, you turn 29. There's a worldwide campaign to kill you. You don't know what's going on. How do you deal with it? What's the proper theorem? What's the proper mathematical template here to solve that, to stop that worldwide murder operation, a secret worldwide murder operation to kill you? Oh, what's going on? Copper here and a car. Oh, construction work. So what's the oh shit, is this road closed? So what's the magical theorem? Oh, something's going on. Is the road closed?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Well, you know what? It's just for a commercial shoot.
Oh,
It's only for a couple minutes.
can I be in it?
We'll ask them when they come back in.
Tell them Kevin Permo here. Tell them
right.
Kevin Permo is here. They need to start telling the truth, and I'll get on camera when they have the balls to put me on camera.
Hey, I'm
There you
telling them. I'm telling them.
Thanks.
Okay, You'll just be a couple minutes.
Okay. Oh, so I can just wait here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. You're welcome. Okay, commercial. And so we're totally jumping thoughts here. And what kind of commercial up Deer Creek Road in Malibu? Okay, so I'm totally getting sidetracked. So where were we? We were 2013. Karen Eshigan, my father, the therapy. My father making up weird lies, like just totally trying to spin things, like in the therapy sessions, like Kevin's afraid to sail. And like, what does this even have to do with anything? Kevin's afraid to sail. And it was like, well, you know what? Honestly, you never taught me how to sail. Yeah, I did. Okay, this is my father. Like, you never taught me how to sail. Yeah, I did. You were on the boat with me every weekend for like 10 years when you were a kid. Yeah, but you never taught me how to sail. I never actually learned about wind direction from my father, and I just sort of steered and knew some simple basics. Now, I could pick it up probably in a day and learn if I actually researched how the wind angles and, and I know half of it, and I know the technical aspect, like how to work the boat gearing and rigging. Okay, but he never actually taught me how to sail. Not that it's irrelevant because I don't really care about sailing. Sailing's cool. It's just I'm not a diehard yachtsman like my father. And that's sort of irrelevant to the dialogue. Okay, but the point is that what is the point? The therapy is not about therapy. Like, you go and you try to resolve problems. You try to, what's going on? Why are you upset? Your office employees are all doing this for 14 years straight. They won't stop minute by minute. There's worldwide groups. You stated that I'm a bad person or something like that, but you won't be specific. Let's get to the bottom of it. No, you're crazy. You need to be locked away. You need to learn to deal with being hunted and exterminated. Weird things like that. Okay, so you can derive, if you want to do 1 + 1 = 2 and not 3, that they don't want me to be healthy. They don't want me out living my life. They don't want me making money. They don't want me having friends and relationships. Well, Alexis Moore, didn't you state, because I know everyone's watching while they pretend they're not, and I'm crazy, didn't you state that I don't get along with people and this and that, and I say crazy things, except how do I get along with a planet of people that are told to throw rocks at my head mentally, and they go, you're imagining it. What was it Skylar said? If she wants me to be friends with her, I have to learn to be treated like shit by her. And that was all anger because her manipulation and control wasn't working. But like everything else, hey, world on our propaganda channel, look what Kevin's doing to me, even though there's nothing I did to Skylar or anyone else. Okay? So why is an entire planet being given daily updates to fabricated lies? In secret. It's in secret, so you can't, I was watching Fox News and they stated that I did these things and that's not true, so I'm going to sue them for defamation. Well, it's done in secret because my father and Mike Huntley, quote unquote, you're not allowed to defend yourself. Okay? And when he's talking about defending myself, I'm talking in all arenas, whether it be dating a girl or having a friend, to an accusation by a police officer. Like the bunk kangaroo court that they had with Eric Harmon, Judge Eric Harmon and Neetu Bottom, that was all paid off. It was all paid off. The paid off jury, everyone on the jury, the 12 jurors, we don't know who Kevin Perlman is. Bullshit. This guy right here knew exactly who I was. And you can tell in the tone of his voice, even though he didn't say, "You're Kevin Perlman," you could tell in the tone of his voice, this guy who supposedly they're filming or something up here, if that's even true. You could hear in the tone of his voice, okay? And the sort of, you can't see it, but the smile on his face, and, okay? You can tell, okay? So, it's designed to try to drive you crazy. Okay. So, I have a feeling they're probably not filming up here. They'll probably block the road off for fire hazard check or something like that. But let's, okay. So, because if they're filming, why would there be a 2-minute wait and down there? Whatever. We'll see. Okay, so... Okay, so you got my point. So in comes Dincy with the arrest at My Brother's Barbecue. The restaurant employees working on me for years. Well, why don't you go to a different restaurant if they don't? Oh, they are filming something. A little crane truck here. A little. This isn't even a Hollywood. This is a cheese dick thing. Okay. It's a car with a crane. Like almost like an action type of. You know, like the. Like, see a base jumper with their own little crew or whatever. Okay, so, alright. And, okay, so, the point I'm making is that I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? So Dincy and Jensen know they have to silence me. They're clearly being paid off by my father. At the same time, Carrie Ann Eshigan is working with Terrence Scroggins, who runs up to me. My first time seeing Terrence Scroggins, runs up to me stating, "You glued my mailbox shut." I mean, that's a very weird statement. You glued my... And I said to Scroggins, I said, like, was it crazy glue? Yes, it was. Okay, you caught your liar right there, okay? Was it crazy glue? Yes, it was. How would Scroggins know the type of glue that his mailbox was supposedly glued shut with, okay? How would you know what glue it was? Okay, now, instantly the next day, Carrie Ann Eshigan has the dialogues and she's trying to sort of use it against me. Okay? So you can see the connected events. That's a lot of resources in that one situation alone to try to silence someone for simply trying to get to the bottom of what the fuck is going on. There's a plan of people trying to fucking kill me. Of course, it wasn't worded that way back then. It was like, look, I'm being attacked by random stranger after stranger. Okay, father paying off LAPD and trying to cover up everything going all the way down to 5 years old. Even worse than that, paying off LAPD and clearly paying off people in the psychology community and working with people in the psychology community to exterminate his child or eradicate his child. Starting when I turned around 5 years old. Around 5 years old, not turned 5 years old, but around 5 years old. Okay, there's a second cop car up here closing off the road for that one single car with a crane. But okay. So they got a little money behind them. Probably like a YouTube shoot or something. Okay. And okay. Okay, so you get the idea. And just to show you where we are, we're turning back around, but if you kind of want to see, actually what I'll do, I'll do this. Okay, so we're up here, but I'm going to turn around. Okay, so you can see the link. This is 2013. Those misdemeanor arrests for sitting on the sidewalk at My Brother's Barbecue, them lying to me about all sorts of things and shoving on all sorts of counts, like I supposedly assaulted someone by throwing a piece of paper at them, a business card. Things that you'd be like, this is absurd, right? Like, what are you trying to hide and cover up here, right? And not wanting me talking that these people won't leave me alone as things get worse and worse. I'm now 50, okay, so I made it to 50. Every day, hundreds of thousands to 1 million attacks per day. I noticed it going on at 29, so it had always been going on. Stranger after stranger, kill Kevin at all costs. It's got to be about something. Is it about anything? I mean, do you have an argument? No. Okay, let's turn around. So, what's my point? Scroggins for the last 8 years has been extremely aggressive. Scroggins disappeared, I think, for a while and came back maybe a few years later. I don't remember. But, so Scroggins became really aggressive in the last 4 years, I can tell that. I got hundreds of videos of him falling in place, yelling at me over and over. Every single interaction from now to 2013 on all levels with Scroggins is him running up to me, yelling and shouting and accusing and you're crazy and this and that. Since 2013, is the same, and so every interaction is the same, and with Scroggins, provoke, oh poor me, provoke. Now he's getting really bad in the last couple days. He's on video, just running up, screaming at the top of his lungs, and you're crazy. Now remember that on the court stand, or not remember, but if you download my court transcripts, I'm just gonna, okay. So if you download my court transcripts, if you download my court transcripts, then you'll see what he says on the stand. And he says, first of all, he's in anger management classes, so you need to understand the guy's in anger management classes. He states he has the right to go after people that he doesn't like or thinks is crazy or whatever, so he's a vigilante. He has the right to hunt people like me because he thinks I'm crazy with my father, but he's paid off. He's clearly taking the money because he has an agenda. He's taking the money to silence me. Now, what are his links? What is he trying to cover up? That's the real question. What is it that Scroggins, who's taking money from... What's Scroggins' background? He's a professional... Scroggins' background is he's a professional trash digger. That's his job title. Trash digger. Okay, he goes around on a bicycle dumpster diving for cans to sell for change. Okay, that's Scroggins' background. So this is a guy, hey, Scroggins, you need $10,000 to set up and frame Kevin? Okay, that's the guy that would take the money. And if you watch all the videos, he's a slimeball, ex-veteran slimeball piece of shit. Okay, he's a slime bag. And he's not... Oh, okay, we're going through. Okay, so... So he's not like a veteran in the sense of like, hey, I fought for our country and I'm a war hero and I'm for freedom. He's some guy that enlisted in the army and he's a fucking piece of shit, right? Okay? So when we're making our judgments, obviously, we obviously got to make those judgments per person and not per what do you do for a living like my family does and things like that, right? Okay? But person. Are you a good person or a bad person? I don't care what you do for a living. Okay? But what are the links? What is Scroggins trying to cover up? Well, the events with Kelly Hatch sent after me to have me killed. That's what Scroggins is trying to cover up. So, Kelly Hatch Kelly Hatch was paid off to follow me from Calabasas High to Southern Oregon State, saying I'm stalking her, correct? Okay? And making up lies with the police that I stole her Jeep Cherokee and all sorts of other random things, just like Josh Burnham and whatever else, okay? And he's linked to the Kelly Hatch situation, trying to cover it up. Okay, why? Right? I mean, that's a lot of resources. Why was Kelly Hatch sent after me to stalk me? And when I say stalk, to hunt and kill. In methods, hunt, kill, or eradicate. In methods that are extremely rare and designed by Adolf Hitler himself. While people in the psychology community like Deborah Baer make up lies that I'm anti-Semitic. Okay, try to cover up what they're doing. Okay, why? Okay, these are, I don't know if the cop's going to come down here. The cop might come down here. Oh. Okay, so cool view, right? Deer Creek Road, Malibu. Actually, we're in Ventura County. It's not really Malibu. This is Ventura County on PCH, Deer Creek Road. Okay, so the cop might drive by and say, hey, you can't be here, they're videoing or whatever. Okay, so Kelly Hatch in 91, we're going to put Kelly Hatch above Kevin. Kelly Hatch, I end up liking Kelly Hatch, but I don't realize that she's hunting me, right? So every imperfection is I'm going to collect things to try to twist and contort, give out to the planet to use against you. And that's the ongoing template or algorithm we're using the system against you, is that, hey, Kelly Hatch, let's go on a date. Oh, it wasn't perfect. You tried to kill me. He raped me. World Kevin is an abusive man and an asshole, and he tried to rape me and this and that, and boom, it goes worldwide. Hey, Corey Bixby's kind of cute, but I'm too shy to talk to her. Hey, Kevin, will you give me a ride home? Kevin tried to kill me with his car. Kevin tried to scare me to death. Kevin did this. Kevin raped me. Kevin did that. Hey, world. Hey, world. Kevin's mad at me in every situation. Nothing's happened. The only thing that really happened is I got a little too kind of weird and chumpy with Kelly Hatch. That is it. There is nothing that happened out of the norm except the psychology community and police and government trying to collect anything that they can possibly use against me to exterminate me. That's it. And then give it out to a planet in anger. Does that make sense? So when Mike Huntley's threatening me, quoting Crocodile Dundee lines, well, when someone does something wrong, we tell Wally, and Wally tells the town. What he's really saying is we're trying to get dirt to use against you to destroy you and rid you of the world. Okay? It has nothing to do with psychology. It has nothing to do with mental illness. It has nothing to do with Kevin's an asshole. It has to do with kill Kevin at all costs, and I took the fucking money to kill him. And he can't talk. Okay? Same with Scroggins. Same with Scroggins working. Why do the police want to silence me so bad instead of just stopping it and saying this is wrong? Because they're involved. Because they took the money. Okay? When my father paid off LAPD to put bullet holes in a 300E Mercedes and say Kevin tried to kill or scare me, what does Scroggins have? I was born... What is the connection with Scroggins? I was born on Castle Creek Air Force Base. Scroggins is a veteran. Kelly Hatch her parents had some political ties. I think she was adopted. And Scroggins, being an ex-veteran, all linked events. Scroggins is being paid off to cover up. Kelly Hatch paid off to hunt, stalk, and kill me. Okay? And now, well, Kevin, I think you're crazy. I think you suffer from mental illness. It does not fucking matter. If I'm crazy, if I suffer from mental illness, nobody has the right to kill people or exterminate them or take the law in their own hands or make people look crazy. My mother's weird comment, you have a problem too, while having people do things with pairs of twos, whether it be women and cars. She also might be trying to say, I think you're crazy, and we're trying to make you look crazy to force you into a mental institution because you have a problem too. All these things are crimes on every level. Okay? If you don't like someone, if you don't understand someone, leave them the fuck alone. It's that simple. If you like someone and want to be around them, see if it works out. It's that simple. So where's this all coming from? Kevin thinks differently, this and that. Well, they're just designed as murder operations and cover-ups. Okay? And the cover-up is the propaganda system to spew out, oh, now Kevin did this, now Kevin did that. And they're all cover-ups to stop for each person that comes after me on a minute-by-minute basis. So if any person comes into my life, it's going to be covered up, and they're going to try to eradicate me no matter what it takes. Period. I have not met one person that wasn't involved, ever, on any level. And I have not met one person that said this was wrong. They just keep it going. Even if they sort of come up and talk to me, they keep it going with half-truths, and I'm half in, I'm half out, but nowhere is it, this is fucking wrong. It's unacceptable. Okay. And then they might say it, and then they'll turn back into the old, we gotta kill Kevin, whatever. Okay. So Terrence Scroggins, history cover-ups, the last few interactions, he's getting more and more violent and aggressive. Running up to me, running after me. Each situation's always the same, now than ever. He comes up to you, he yells at you, he says this, he says that. He tries to get you to go after him. You walk away, and each time I get him on video now, there is not one situation ever with Scroggins where I initiated any conversation. Not one. Ever. Okay. So the question I'm posing to you is why? What is he so worried about? What is Scroggins so worried about that he's on edge and he needs to cover up and get more aggressive to try to set me up? Right? Why is he actively pursuing me at a higher rate and trying to provoke me into reactions at this point right now? Other than his, you're crazy and you're passing out cards and people don't want your information and blah, blah, blah. Well, they don't want my information because they don't want me to defend myself with, you've been lied to, while they throw rocks at my head. And if they're going to throw the rocks at my head, I have a right to try to stop the fucking rocks from hitting me in the fucking head every minute for 45 years, correct? Finding out at 29. Why do I not have the right to try to stop people a plan of people from mentally bludgeoning me to death? Well, just learn to accept it. Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. So what you're saying is I have to learn to accept you hunting me to exterminate me, correct? Well, that's not going to happen with me or anyone else. It's not physically possible. There are physics involved here, and the human body and mind don't work the way that they're telling me my body and mind need to work. They don't work that way. It's like if I keep cutting on you with a knife and I say stop bleeding. Well, I can't stop bleeding because you keep cutting on me with a fucking knife, right? You suffer from the rare bleeding disorder. No, I suffer from you cutting on me with a fucking knife. Now, these words are coming from the psychology community. So you know that they want me fucking dead and gone. Why? Why does Karen Eshigan want me dead and gone so bad? Why does Susan Donner, Alex Lazar, they're all involved in a fucking government psychology murder operation on NSA level. I was going to say level of proportions, but on that level of something that if it comes to light, and it's not coming out of my mouth, but it's coming from people with credibility, everyone's going to run around fucking shitting. I could be next. This is crazy. They told us this was because Kevin is an unknown quantity or something like that, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard to begin with. They told us that Kevin's a dangerous guy. They told us that at 5 years old, Kevin was a violent paranoid schizo and needs to be eradicated, and it's all lies. This could happen to me, this could happen to my children, this could happen to my husband, this could happen to my friends. But it can't come from me because my credibility is shot, right? It has been since 5 years old, and that's why they keep me in isolation and keep defaming me. Okay, so Scroggins. Scroggins is not angry because I'm crazy. Scroggins is angry because I'm still talking. And I think about a month ago, I started putting up some more videos, right? Scroggins is getting angry again. So you could probably connect the dots that if Scroggins is getting angry once I'm talking out again, he's getting more enraged, and I don't talk to Scroggins. He's off planning how to kill Jews or whatever he does in the privacy of his own veteran pension or whatever the fuck he gets because he doesn't work for a living thing, and right? And so he's probably getting angry and anger that I can't have the truth about what he's involved in with LAPD and Dincy and Jensen and many other police officers while he's running around. I'm allowed to kill people that I think are crazy. Coming to light the truth of what he's really involved in, right? Okay, so let's get off Scroggins here and go down my notes. Sister-in-law. Okay, at the time, Scroggins was on the HOA in 2013. Maybe even 2017. Homeowners Association Board. We don't want this type of person living at the Woodland Oaks. When I moved in 24 years ago, we don't want this Jewish guy living at Woodland Oaks, or we're profiling this guy somehow. He needs to die, and there's a whole nother theme going on that everywhere I've ever lived since 5 years old, I have to move. I don't understand that one with my family. They're just crazy. So everywhere I've ever been, they try to run me out of my house. Doesn't matter where I've lived since 5 years old, or at least 16. Every college house, every dorm, every house I lived after that. Kevin can't live here. Every public place, every coffee shop, every restaurant, Kevin can't be here. He has to leave. Internet-related chat, Kevin can't go on any of these channels. He's not allowed here. Any dating service, any photography website, any... you name it. Kevin can't be here. He has to... we're going to get rid of him. And that probably links to my brother and his runs with his friends. His runs where he's doing all his road rage shit, right? And then saying it was Kevin. So we keep going back to these frame jobs and setups and propaganda systems and other people doing things. It was Kevin pinning everything on me. But what's it about? It's not one person. It's going from stranger to stranger. On that note, when Alexis Amore is saying you're a stalker, and I know she's just doing it to try to get me to doubt myself or something, right? I mean, you have a problem too. Everywhere you go, they park cars in twos. Your mother's babbling that sentence. You ask her what her problem is and why she's saying... oh, we have a cop car behind me. Saying these things. Let me see if... oh, they're videoing. Saying these things. Oh.
Hey guys.
Yeah. Single guy. Singular.
Good. Oh, sorry about that. Are you just hanging out?
Yeah. Are you guys still doing your thing?
Yeah, they're doing something over there, if you don't mind taking off.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, bud. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, here I call me Bud instead of like take off. The girl behind me is videoing, so I was like, that's a good thing. Okay, so he was sort of doing some of the trigger. That cop was doing some of the trigger. Bud is the Starbucks. Bud and Buddy are a Starbucks tactic they do in repetition, and then it goes worldwide. Okay, and I was just biding some time because there's some dude in my spot there. It's not literally my spot, but there's a spot I like. Shit, this chick's all up here. Okay, whatever. Okay, so where was I? I don't see them doing anything. Okay, so where was I here? Scroggins. Oh shit, I totally lost my train of thought. Now you can see how the cop knows me. He's sort of doing a little provokey bud and buddy, and what was the other thing he said? I just said it, but he's doing a little provokey, passive-aggressive, schizo tactics. Is he sure they're still? Everyone's gone. The road's open. Here's this orange Charger that was waiting for me at the Starbucks down there, and it was linked to the orange cars at the Starbucks in Topanga, Ventura, where they originally started calling me Bud and Buddy. Okay, so when the cop, okay, so you can see the connected paranoid schizophrenia events with that cop right there, which are very subtle. They're super subtle, right? But you know they're going on, and they happen from almost every stranger. Let's see how I read the sign on this guy's car. What is this? Dream Tracks, 2 X's. Dream Tracks. That's the company here that's doing this little cheesy little video, whatever they're doing. Okay, Dream Tracks. Okay. Little crane cam mounted on my car. Okay, so hopefully this guy's gone. Let's focus on getting my spot here. Oh, good, he's gone. Okay, so there was a car here. So that's why I went up Deer Creek, and then they were videoing. Okay. Now the Bud tactic, by the way, at Starbucks, like 15 years ago, was designed to get rid of me. So if you want to think about it, this is a great spot, by the way. Alright. Okay, so if you want to think about it, it's almost a way of like provoking you while saying we don't want you here, except they actually have the right. Starbucks does not have the right to discriminate and say your kind can't be here or anywhere else in the world, just like Coffee Bean, just like all the other coffee shops, restaurants, gas stations, public places, parks, you name it. Starbucks does not have the right to say you can't be here and we have a worldwide campaign to kill you. Whether I'm Jewish or they just don't like my kind, as they've said it, or whatever. They don't have that right, and they're not just discriminating. It's called attempted murder, an ongoing murder operation. Now the cop was sort of calling me Bud, linking to Starbucks, trying to sort of intimidate. But more than intimidate, he's trying to get a reaction to get me reactive. Okay, now why? Why can't the cop just politely say, hey, you know, we're still in... Can you take off for an hour or whatever, right? Okay. I was watching the girl in the mirror and she started taking pictures of my car. I'm like, okay, cool, good, that's good. Okay, so anyways, without being the biggest issue, okay, so that event isn't the biggest deal in the world. The problem is it's every single interaction worldwide is the same. It's those cryptic, like when I went to Starbucks, each Starbucks is told to say alrighty, or not just Starbucks, but all businesses. So if I walk into the 7-Eleven and the cashier goes alrighty, and then I walk into Starbucks alrighty, and then I walk into Coffee Bean alrighty, and then I walk into Ralph's alrighty, and then I go fucking enough, and then it switches to the next one and the next one, and the next one, then it's no longer a singular incident is a plural and worldwide, and somehow information is being given out. If any person on the planet sees Kevin, and remember, 15 years ago, Aubrey Fisher, if you see Kevin, tap your foot, tap your hand, keep tapping, and it started before that was whistling. Okay, they're murder operations. They are designed to kill a 5-year-old by the psychology community. It does not matter who you talk to. Example, I don't know who that cop is, but he's fed information on a propaganda system, correct? So he has a fictional side of a story by creative writers like Darren Moselle and my brother and father with billions of government dollars to defame a person, to rile up a planetary Roger Waters radio chaos worldwide murder operation to kill a 5-year-old. And after that point, even if my brother's lies were true and I tried to stab him and all that shit, it would have been in self-defense for them hunting me to have me killed. My brother could not get me to try to stab him, which shows that he is guilty as shit. Okay? And they're still hunting me. They're still hunting me at 50. They're still hunting me at 50 under the false pretensions like you asked out a porn star or weird things like that. It don't make sense. You went to a strip club last month, so we have a worldwide campaign to kill you. Huh? I might pick one of these weeds too. You have the right to kill me in the worldwide campaign? Okay, so what's it really about? Because anything after 5 years old is a child molesting, murdering father saying, I'm going to kill my 5-year-old and Jason, help me. Okay? Okay, well, Jason was bit around that time by our dog Oppo on the face. I mean, I can see why he snapped and learned my father's murdering values. But I can't understand my father, who's just a psychotic child molesting murderer, and I can't understand why there's worldwide help with 0 questions asked on any level about anything. Just kill Kevin at all costs. Like Adolf Hitler, but this is way worse than what Adolf Hitler did. Okay, so sister-in-law, HOA. I was getting, Terrence Scroggins was on the HOA board. White truck doing something weird. Terrence Scroggins was on the HOA board. And I thought about this last night. Sister-in-law, Jennifer Pilchick Perlman, who lost against Debbie Wasserman Schultz, was before that a lawyer for a firm for HOAs, for or against HOAs. Think about that. So the girl running around, we have to exterminate Kevin for what he knows and deem him as crazy with my brother to cover up his crime spree against me starting when I was 5 years old. We need to deem Kevin as crazy was on a lawyer for like HOA type things. Okay, think about that. So this girl, my sister-in-law, with my brother are coming after me since 5 years old with every person and resource on the fucking planet, right? But nobody thinks it's wrong. Well, people are babbling weird things about sides. What are these people? There is no side. There's a planet trying to kill one 5-year-old for 45 years. There's no sides here. There's a planetary murder operation to kill one man. An entire planet trying to kill one man starting when he turned 5, around the age of 5 years old. An entire fucking planet, or exponentially growing. There's no sides. This isn't the movie Wizards here. There's no sides. There's no mutant war here. I don't have an army. I don't have an army fields or army or whatever. I'm one man, alone, in isolation. I've been alone my entire life. I had my fake friends hunting me to kill me. Didn't know it. There is no sides. There's a planet trying to kill one man. Okay? Now, what kind of people are these? They're just pathetic child molesting rapists. Okay? And so the HOA, linking back to Lauren, 2 houses down, linking to Scroggins, linking to the cover-up arguments that Kevin doesn't like. Kevin's trying to figure out how to stop a worldwide murder operation who they've cast the first 100 million stones. They've shot the first 100 million shots over my bow and at me until the age 29 and technically 38 and have no excuse on any level. None of these people do. Okay. So sister-in-law was... Okay. Terrence Scroggins history cover-ups. Sister-in-law. Now you can make those links to the Debbie Woolman, court reporter Van Nuys, Jay Pilchick, Jennifer's father, court reporter, Van Nuys Courthouse, room 101, purchasing the adjoining property. Okay, I wrote here, no interactions. I kind of already said it. Okay, in my life, since 5 years old, there are no interactions that are on a one-to-one basis as far as the information goes. Does that make sense? If I go on a date, it goes from me to the girl to the world. If I jump on my computer, the internet's being used by the government hacking tools, through NSA level tools, to collect and disseminate everything I do on my computer. So I do things to piss them off, and they get angry, because they don't have the right to violate my privacy. And the things they're mad about are things that nobody would care about anyways. Okay? So if I build a little app that spiders adult websites, and they get mad, you're surfing too many adult websites, it's because they're doing things they shouldn't be doing. Not Brian Longbotham, stop doing what you're doing, there's nothing I've done. They're committing the crime. I'm not doing anything. They're stalking and hunting me. And they're trying to create an information and psychological warfare war. They have since 5 years old. So you can't break into someone's house. If I put a sign in my house, I got you thieves. I caught you thieves. I put a sign in my house by the front door on the inside. I got you thieves. And they pick my lock and they go in the house. And then the thief says, he's stalking me. He's stalking me because he made me break in my house. He's stalking me because he made me break in his house. And he has a sign there. How did I make you break in my house? You premeditatedly decided you wanted to steal my shit, and I had a sign there. Alright? Just like prosecutor Crean T. Phillips paid off, mad at me for having a security camera on my porch. How dare I have a security camera on my porch? Why would anyone in their mind have a car DVR or a security camera on their porch or on their property or their business? Why would anyone have a camera in their business, their house, or their car? It's unheard of. So we gotta throw Kevin in jail for his crimes of having security cameras. Because why? Because Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman, who tried to break in my house to plant shit on me, and 6 police break-in attempts around the same time with him, with excuses like, well, Kevin went to coffee shops and drank coffee, because us Jews aren't allowed to drink coffee, apparently, is the only thing going on. Well, but Kevin has proof of us stalking and hunting him. You're fucking damn right I do. With Officer Toro's threats, if I ever take a picture of a person, he will exercise my law in his own way. And that starts before that with Aubrey Fisher saying, you're not allowed to get into studio photography. So not only am I not allowed to go to coffee shops, but I'm not allowed to get into studio photography. Or start businesses, or date women, or have friends, or start my own companies, or work for places, or get educations, or live anywhere on the planet Earth. Known as gang stalking, or an operation to hunt and kill someone under the guidelines of Kevin's 5 years old. Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman says Kevin's crazy. I'm going to hunt and kill Kevin with every resource on the fucking planet. And Jason, you need to help me. Jason, punch Kevin in the back of the head, flick him in the ear 100 million fucking times, get those reactions, just like you're seeing in every coffee shop. that police officer, every police officers, coffee shops, restaurants, gas stations, every stranger I interact with almost worldwide, to provoke, get a reaction. He's crazy, lock him away. Since 5 years old. Anything Jason Perlman says, he's a lying, murdering, child molesting, pedophile, piece of murdering, psychotic, murdering shit. Oh, Ferragino, cool. Piece of murdering shit. That is it. End of story. Anyone helping Jason Perlman is a lying, murdering, pedophile, child molesting, criminal, psychotic piece of shit. And just a note, I don't know if you could see the police officer. I don't think you could. Well, maybe you could because it's a pretty wide lens. Now, he wasn't really mean, but he was passive aggressive, which is a form of mean. But he didn't like have an elevated voice. He actually, you could see nervous reaction in his voice when he came up to talk to me. And the reason I'm mentioning that, so hopefully he is on the camera. The reason I'm mentioning his voice, his speech patterns, is so you can understand about guilt. Psychologically understand about who's guilty and who's innocent, who the provokers are, who's trying to cover things up. So when the police officer says, "Hey, bud," and whatever else, he's really, you could see the guilt in his voice, in his speech patterns, okay? And that's very important, because if he thought in his mind that I was really a bad person that deserved this, he would be he'd be more like Scroggins, even though Scroggins is a better liar and taking the money. Does that make sense? So his voice patterns were very, I can't pull the wool over Kevin's eyes while I try to belittle him and get a reaction. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a sign of guilt. It's a sign of I have something to hide. It's a sign of we know what we did to his life. Okay, no matter what comes out of his mouth based on his behavior, it's a sign that he's guilty and full of guilt, and he knows that I'm in the right. Okay, so no interactions on a one-to-one level, and everything's collected and disseminated worldwide, which makes your life impossible, and it's designed, Jason Perlman, we have a bug in your room and we're listening to everything you do on the radio. It's designed to try to make you go crazy and make you look like a violent paranoid schizo and filled with obsession, and it's designed to drive you crazy. That's the reason that cop said bud. That's the reason when I just walked into the Starbucks there, they kept saying alrighty, and this and that, and there were about 5 other harassments. There was a group of people in yellow and blacks in one corner. All those things. The cars in the lot, we saw red showing up. All those things are designed provoke Jason Perlman. Provoke. You reacted. Guy's crazy. He just flipped out. Well, what about the 1,000 attacks? I didn't see anything. Did you see anything? No, I didn't see anything. Now that's disturbing, because every person in that room, and that, and this street, and there, all know there's nothing I've done but turn 29 with psychology community and Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman, crazy labels, Jennifer Pilchick Perlman, screen captured, we need to deem Kevin as crazy, because she doesn't want any of that truth coming out. Jason Perlman, Ron Perlman telling Jason Perlman, kill Kevin at all costs. Jason wanting to look like a good urologist so he can make money. And I'm a bad guy if I have something to say about these worldwide murder operations, because God forbid that there's backlash towards Jason or anyone else saying they're fucking liars. They're murdering liars. How dare I? Okay? You're not allowed to defend yourself. Why? Because Jason is better than Kevin. You understand? That's like saying Adolf Hitler is better than Jews. KKK is better than Jews and black people. So, We don't have the right to live because they're better than us. Okay? It's no different. And Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman and Jason Perlman are better than Kevin, so Jason has the right to live and Kevin does not. You get it? So it doesn't matter how good of a person Kevin is. Jason has the right to live with unlimited billions of government dollar resources, and Kevin does not have the right to live no matter how good he is of a person. It's not about asshole or creep or strange or weird or anything else. It's about Jason Perlman and Ronald Barry Perlman are better than Kevin, and they're allowed to kill Kevin at 5 years old with billions of government dollars in the psychology community, unleashing NSA-level psychology community kill operations, violating constitutional rights and protections as a human being and not being treated as a human being, saying, I think Kevin's a 5-year-old rabid dog, I'm going to put him down after Oppo bites Jason. You get it? Okay, we're not dealing with sane, rational people, but yet they have a planetary murder operation, and that's the problem. So all the information is collected. There's no one-to-one. If I have a conversation with someone at a coffee shop, it's collected and twisted and contorted out of context to the world. If I have a conversation with a fellow college friend, it's twisted and contorted out of context. If I have a conversation with Skylar Stephanie on internet-related chat, hunting me from Florida on internet-related chat at University of Colorado on the internet with my brother, it's collected and twisted and contorted and taken out of context of the world. If I have a conversation with Christina Stilinski on internet-related chat, it's collected and twisted and contorted and given out to a planet of people. On these government propaganda kill systems with the psychology community, launching worldwide murder armies to kill one person since 5 years old. We're using the system against you. It's a information murder system to rile up the masses to mentally bludgeon people to death and kill them based on psychological warfare. And obviously the cover-up is, look what all these things Kevin did. Yet, if I have a one-to-one direct conversation like, what's going on, what's this about, I will have no answer. And every person I've ever asked that 100 million times over has not been able to actually answer what's going on, what's this about. And it gets really bad at 29 when I ask Mike Huntley, you're a fucking dead man for asking a question. What's going on? Okay? It's the same thing as being put in a cage and whipped to death since 5 years old, and the more questions you ask, why won't you stop whipping me? And then, here's the irony. Well, Kevin bought a Whipple supercharger for his Corvette. How dare he? What does one thing have to do with the fucking other? Coffee's about black people. What does one thing have to do with the other? This is actually going to sound funny. What does coffee have to do with, what does coffee and black people have to do with the fucking tea in China? That actually sounds funny, but if you're smart enough to understand why that sounds funny to me, okay. But what the fuck does that have to do with the tea in China? What does coffee have to do with black people? Does this Coke have to do with cocaine? Okay. Although, wasn't it like an old wives' tale that the original Coca-Cola had cocaine or something? Whatever. You understand the point I'm making is that, well, my father's saying I think differently, and my mother's saying I think differently. I'm the only one that seems to be grounded, and there's a planet of liars running around just saying what they need to say to kill me, correct? Never had a normal interaction based on someone wanting to... Oh, this is important. This is the most important. In 45, 50 years, I've never had a normal interaction based on someone wanting to get to know me. Okay, that's the most important. How do interpersonal communications work normally? Whether it be your teacher, your high school teachers, your middle school teachers, your college professors, all told to hunt you and kill you. Your high school friend, your middle school friends, your high school friends, your elementary school friends, meeting people at coffee shops, meeting people at pool halls, your social events, meeting people at the gym. Oh, well, Kevin, you're trying to pick up on people. Once again, this way or that way. Nothing's how it should be. This way or that way. Nothing's how it should be. Designed that way to drive you crazy. If I talk to a person in a coffee shop, 500 pickups will park in front of my house with idea of reference schizo messages about picking up or pickups. Why? Because you talk to a person at a coffee shop or somewhere else? No, because they're torture and kill operations to kill a 5-year-old. Okay. Never had a normal interaction based on someone wanting to get to know me. Hey, so-and-so, let's go on a date. Can I give you a call? Sure. I want to go out on a date and see who this guy is. Right, Alexis Amore? I'm going to use you, Alexis Amore, as an example because I'm sick of everyone's bullshit. And yes, you are grouped into everyone because it is a worldwide affair. Not a neighborhood affair, a worldwide affair. Exponentially growing since I was 5 years old. Alexis Amore, you state. You talk to Jason. I'm a creep. I'm an asshole. I'm a loon. I'm crazy. I say scary things, which nobody would be scared of, unless they're like afraid of their own shadow. And what else? I'm a stalker. Though that weird Anita Perlman-ish, you have a problem too, while sending porn stars and twos and things like that after me. On this government agenda, and other people in pairs of twos, like Victoria Walker and Lisa Ann. I'm sure that goes all the way down to 5-year-old with weird two things. And what else? Whatever, that's enough. That was a nice mentally throwing rocks at my head instead of answering the simple question like, hey, give me a call. Right? Let's get down to the bottom of shit and give me a call. Or enough of the mind games, enough of the spy game and mind game shit. After 25 years, I'm throwing the fucking cards on the table. Give me a call. You divert the yes or no, and I like you or don't like you, to a bunch of rock throwing, right? You're crazy, you're a loon, you're this, you're that. You're clearly working with these groups, anonymous people messaging me on the internet and provoking me, right? You're working with my neighbors mad at me for taking walks, trying to mace me, security guards trying to mace me for taking walks. You're trying to collect reactions of someone whose rocks are being thrown at their head 100,000 to 1,000,000 times per day, saying you're not allowed to leave your house or we'll kill you with a plan of people for 45 years. And the most important thing is your comment, which I doubt is even true, but I know you're getting the information from him with the rest of the world. You spoke to my brother. But what does my brother have to do with me, other than my brother's actively hunting me to kill me since 5 years old? My brother lives in Florida. I disowned him 10 years ago when I connected some of the dots. saying this guy's hunting me. This guy's paying off Mike Wexler to have me killed. He's paying off Jason Baum to have me killed. He's paying off Mike Huntley to have me killed. His wife's running around. Kevin can't talk or we're going to lock him in jail. We need to deem him as crazy for all the things we did to him at a very young age. He's covering up the knife to my throat with Darren Moselle. Let's make Kevin the fifth member of the Bee Gees. He's covering up all his road rage shit. He's saying is me. He's covering up putting bullet holes in my father's Mercedes with LAPD and my father. He's covering up popping water beds on Chase Street, destroying houses, saying it's me that I don't even live at. He's covering up Gregoire, me jumping in the way of the crowbar. He's swinging at Gregoire, which I later on find out Gregoire is working with him to try to set me up and rid me of the world. He's covering up all his music, his schizo music tactics, and we have a bug in your room and we're listening to everything you do on the radio. Things they're putting in movies to try to make it look like I conform to media. He's covering up cruise ships with my father, buying Kershaw knives for me for no reason, saying, here, have a knife, trying to flip me out with schizophrenia references about B-52 and kamikaze shots because my last name's Perlman, trying to make me think I'm drunk out of my mind on Pearl Harbor and things like that, trying to get me to go after him with knives. And I can list off 100 million things, and your comment is, well, I talked to your brother, and he says, well, he's going to say whatever he needs to say to have me killed, or executed, or eradicated to every person on the planet. And he has, since I was 5 years old, nonstop, with billions of government dollars. Okay, back to my point. Never had a normal interaction based on someone wanting to get to know me. Well, if I go to college and Professor Jim Johnson says I'm going to rid Kevin of the world, my computer imaging and electronic media professor with the sleeping dog contest, how do I get an education from that professor? If I take sculpting class with Naughty Carrie and she runs around telling the class and everyone worldwide that I'm controlling because the mannequin head was female, not male, and so women, you should be afraid of Kevin and Kevin's controlling, how do I get an art degree? If you can apply this to all my teachers. If I'm in 11th grade, 10th grade English, and Mr. Quigley tells me to punch Paul Schaefer trying to set me up, make me look like a violent paranoid schizo, or someone with anger issues, how do I learn English? If Miss Garcia in 10th grade Spanish class is working with Paul Schaefer to throw watches under the desk, setting alarms, telling the world it's me, and I'm a prankster who's trying to rid teachers of the world, how do I learn Spanish? Okay? If Corey Bixby, and when I'm 16-year-old, if I have a crush on Corey Bixby and I'm too shy to talk to Corey Bixby, so she asked me to drive her home, telling the world I tried to kill her with my car or something, I can't imagine what she said because nothing happened. How do I get to know Corey Bixby? Well, but it's chase or be chased, right? There's no actual dating. We just chase. You chase, I chase. We don't date. You chase, I chase, then they kill Kevin. There's no actual date, right? Now that chase or be chased comes from Jason Perlman, right? Because he was mad at me at 14 for buying a weight bench, buying Arnold Schwarzenegger and other weightlifting books, and listening to music like Damn Yankees and Dokken and Pink Floyd and Queensryche, how dare I. So some of my crimes, buying a weight bench, which then turns into Arnold Schwarzenegger and trying to set people up and things like that. It just goes crazier and crazier. If I buy a weight bench and I start to jog and run and be really healthy and get muscular and have good cardio, Well, Brandy Brandt and Nikki Sixx are sent after me. How do I meet people when they're told I'm committing a crime by lifting weights? Example, about 10 years ago, I went to Starbucks down here in Malibu, and the first thing some random stranger said is, people who watch horror movies are evil people. And what he was talking about was my brother showing me horror movies when I was a teenager, and then trying to tell the world that I conform to media. So how do I have a harmless conversation at a guy at a coffee shop if the first thing that comes out of some guy's mouth is hinting about me when I was 14 years old, 35 years ago, that he should have no knowledge of, that he wasn't around, about things that don't matter, that he's making matter. Does that make sense? So that takes all human interaction out of Kevin Perlman's life. Why? Because Kevin thinks differently. Because Jason showed him horror movies. Well, it doesn't matter if Jason showed me lots of horror movies or I watched horror movies. I don't see the relevance. But from that guy 10 years ago, whoever he was, given all this private information that's none of his business, that no one would ever have. It's highly unlikely, statistically, that anyone would have this kind of information about you. It doesn't matter that they're using as a weapon. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I know that when you were 10 years old, I know that when you were 15 years old, you watched horror movies. Okay, so? But he's not even wording it that way. He's wording it as an idea of reference. You know, people who watch horror movies need to die. And then in come 500 people into Starbucks with the mental illness tactic, the whistling, the alrighties, the thousands of other tactics, the cars switching from forwards to backwards, the backwards in pairs of twos. Is it really about Kevin watching horror movies at 15? Of course not. It's about Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman. I'm going to kill my 5-year-old at all fucking costs. And his sentence to me? You know what you did. But he refused to tell me specifically what that was. So, absolutely no interactions with people that don't involve the Brian Longbotham on the spy game tactics, the terror tactics, the psychological warfare tactics, the mental illness tactics. Example, for a while, I remember one Asian girl at the Encino Starbucks was pretending to be friendly, and every time I looked around the room, she would whistle. Well, if every time I look around the room, people start whistling, you're not a very friendly person, are you? You're trying to provoke me. Okay, it's like the Ron Perlman shock collar. Oh, you bought a coffee and then you just went up and you asked for a water and that's more than one drink. Shock. Okay, you're shocking me to death. The Ron Perlman shocked his dog Rhoda and shocked Kevin to death since Kevin was 5 years old, and then run around with Kelly Hatch saying that I'm the bad seed, and having Kelly Hatch show me the movie, The Bad Seed, with the little girl named Rhoda that's a murderer. Okay? So now we have a father who's a murderer with a planet helping him to kill his 5-year-old. With Kelly Hatch paid off to have me killed, and nobody's mad that Kelly Hatch was sent after me to have me killed with 100,000 other people. 0 one-on-one interactions. 0 dialogue about the situation. What the fuck is going on? Throw down. No specifics. You know what you did. Your past caught up with you. What's this about? I'm not going to tell you. No specifics. No specifics. No argument. It's all based on hate. I hate my 5-year-old. I'm going to kill my 5-year-old. Now it's too big. He better not tell anyone. So that's important. So, the well has been poisoned since 5 years old on every person on the planet. That is designed as a government isolation system to torture and kill, to stop you from having a counter argument to their lies. Okay? Since 5 years old, there was never any recourse for survival. At 5 years old, it was kill Kevin at all costs. No discussion. It's not about anything. No discussion. No questions asked. Kill my 5-year-old. No questions asked. No discussion. For whatever my father decided to have me killed. With the NSA level psychological murder operations with the psychology community. Kill my 5-year-old at all costs. There's no discussion. There's no due process. There's no asking questions. Kill my 5-year-old at all costs. Now with worldwide support in a worldwide murder operation to kill a 5-year-old. Terrence Scroggins. What is he trying to cover up? Well, I was born on Castle Creek Air Force Base. My father was in the Air Force. Terrence Scroggins is a veteran. You do the math. What is he trying to cover up? There's a high probability that he was strategically placed in my complex for a reason as well, just like Debbie Woolman buying that property. I'm not going to say I know anything about that. I'm going to say there's a high probability that Scroggins, who has no job, is a complete bum, is a trash digging can collector. That was probably purchased for him, and he was probably put there, and it's probably a really good deal for him to be by me, to try to frame me and set me up, correct? Think about that. Without any proof, it's a theory intertwined into my other proof and facts. It's a theory, which is probably a high probability. Just like Debbie Woolman purchasing apartment townhouse 17 and nobody's ever lived in it, which most likely has audio surveillance and other Wi-Fi hacking tools. So, Kevin, you're an asshole. Kevin, you don't get along with people. Yes, every person I talk to that provokes me, I don't get along with. Every pathological lying, psychotic murderer that I talk to that sits there throwing rocks at my head every minute, I don't get along with. But if you're on the opposite of that spectrum, of a psychotic murderer trying to torture and kill people, I get along fucking great. Never had a normal interaction based on someone... same thing. Never had a normal interaction based on someone wanting to get to know me. But get to know you, okay? So, hey, let's go on a date. Okay, Kevin, who are you? Not the Alexis Amore. Your brother said this, that, the other thing. My brother. What does my brother have to do with it? Your brother said this or that, so you're a bad guy. But you're not judging me based on me. You're judging me based on my brother or my sick daddy. Or people, anonymous people you had message me, provoking me. Correct? And this applies to everyone, not just AA here. Not just Alexis Anonymous. Okay. Alexis Anonymous. If I go on a date with a girl, if I go to a party, if I go to a social event, I go to a party and want to talk to some people and drink some beers. If I see my neighbors in the garage and I want to, hey, have a beer, blah, blah, blah. Nothing is based on, hi, Kevin, who are you? What are you doing? You're working on your car? That's a cool car. Hey, Kevin, what do you do for a living? Kevin, oh, cool shirt. That's funny. Are you selling those? I'll buy one. What do you do? Why are you selling those? What is this? What's your favorite hobby? What's your... whatever. What's your favorite hobby? Let's have some sex. What sexual positions do you like? What this? No, everything is... oh, hi, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Are you heterosexual? Are you gay? What is your sex? No, everything's the opposite. Kevin, your gender, everything's the opposite. Kevin, from strangers. Kevin, you're gender confused and you hate gay people and you're really secretly gay and you're lashing out at gay people even though you never did anything to a gay person. They're coming after me for not asking them out. And so therefore you need to be put in a mental institution and you're crazy. But wait, you had a gay guy You brought a gay guy into my house. You had him sneak in my room when I was sleeping in 95 or whatever in University of Colorado. I simply didn't ask him out. The entire planet was told I hate gay people. Okay, this is all a lot of fucking resource. This is all a lot of resources. Hey, Kevin, are you gay? No. Done deal. Kevin, are you gay? No. Done deal. Okay, you just spent $100,000 with the psychology community to sneak a gay guy in my house, to do all this shit, try to cover it up, and then you launched a worldwide campaign to kill me, saying you hate gay people, to cover up that one event, with my linking to my sister-in-law in Florida, by the way. I won't go into those details. And all you had to do is say, hey, Kevin, are you gay? Right? So I have a planet of people running around saying, Kevin, this is who you are. Based on what? Some psychotic murderer with a psychology degree? Interesting. My entire family has secondary psychology degrees, including my brother. Okay. Never had a normal reaction. Kevin, what's your favorite food? No. Kevin, your favorite food is this. Kevin, do you or do you not have a problem with people in the Army? I couldn't give a fuck. If you want to be in the Army, go in the Army. Couldn't give a fuck. Kevin, you hate all people in the Army. Kevin, do you or do you not have a problem with authority figures? Not at all. Unless they're abusive murderers like Dempsey hunting me to pay off to have me killed and shit like that. No, Kevin, you have a problem with authority figures. But you haven't asked me a question. You haven't asked me a question. Like what I said at Foreplay 25 years ago or 20 years ago, just ask. Oh, you can't say things like that. Just ask. Kevin, you're taking an art class, Jim Johnson's art class. Well, you did a picture of Mike Tyson, a composite of Mike Tyson fighting a digital character katana from a video game. Kevin's a schizo who's a woman beater. You haven't asked me any questions. And who's giving the psychological eval? Professor Jim Johnson with the sleeping dog contest? Nothing has happened. I simply made a piece of art for an art class. No questions asked. Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman, 5 years old. Any questions asked? No. I'm going to kill my 5-year-old. He's a crazy 5-year-old. Any questions? You want to ask me any questions before hunting me to kill me for no reason? Okay. Kevin, why? I had some stupid. Then there's no. Here's the go. Then the only questions they do ask. Kevin, why did you buy a blue car? Kevin, why are you wearing running shoes? Kevin, why do you have an emoji shirt? Okay, now the questions are like you can't answer, right? So those are the only questions they'll ask. Don't you think that's a little strange? Kevin, why did you park your car backwards once in Encino? Kevin, why? Oh. Kevin, why do you have a DVR in your truck? That one's not super bad, but it's pretty obvious. Okay, so the questions you can't answer. Why is my shirt blue? Well, tomorrow it might be red. The next day it might be yellow. How do I? It's the one I chose. It's the one I chose in a pile. Okay, so they'll ask those questions. But anything of importance that resolves anything or that means anything, or you go on a date, I think I might still do it. Kevin, why do you switch hands? I think a fork and a knife, and I might switch hands from a knife and a fork. There's no real answer. It's just okay. Trying to think. Kevin, why did you choose 3D animation? Right? Here's one. Kevin, you got into 3D animation, you're competing with Darren Moselle, and you're also competing with Kelly Hatch. Which both of them don't do 3D animation. Kevin, because you got into website design, you're competing with Alexis Amore. Alexis Amore doesn't do website design. She swings around a pole. She does porno. How could I be competing with Alexis Amore or anyone else? They're apples and orange arguments. That's like saying a stuntman is competing with an accountant. Right? Because usually stuntmans do compete with accountants, right? Okay? Kevin, you have a competition issue and you need to get therapy. Maybe you should ask me why I do it all website, or maybe you should ask me why I'm a website builder. Well, I went to college. I learned web design in 1994 before visual web browsers fucking existed, and we went through Telnet sessions, and the only thing we could do was email and surf libraries through Telnet before the first WYSIWYG web browser came, and I can't even remember the damn name of it. And then it went to Prodigy and AOL, America Online, and most of the things I'm saying right now, most of these yabos don't even know what I'm talking about. When I was a kid, I grew up on Atari 800s, Commodore 64s, Apple IIes. When I got into animation, it was SGI Silicon Graphics and Amiga video toasters. Servers were IBM servers with reel-to-reel data storage. Mainframe, IBM mainframe systems. And my first programming was on Atari 800, where we had to save data on little tape cassettes. Okay? With little basic cartridges. Okay? So, if these people are going, well, you're building it on websites, or you're building websites so you're competing with strippers. What the fuck are they even babbling about? Were these strippers? Were they around IBM mainframe systems, Silicon Graphics, computing, Cray computers, and Apple IIes and Commodore 64s and Atari 800s, Amiga video toasters? They don't even know what I'm talking about. This was like 30 years before they were even fucking born, or maybe 15 or 20 years. I'm competing, right? Do you see how the argument? Okay, but better yet, back to let's get back on point. You go on a date, you're competing with me. I'm competing with you because I ordered a steak and you ordered salmon? Right? It's like, or even worse, maybe you order a steak, maybe you order salmon, and it's funny because I'm thinking back to the Lorena Escobar stalking me things with my father. Let's go out to lunch. Maybe you order salmon and I go, that looks good, and I order salmon. Oh, now you're stalking me. You're copying me. Maybe I'm just doing the same thing. Maybe is it possible that you like to weightlift and I like to weightlift? Is it possible that you like cars and I like cars? Is it possible that, well, but it's chase or be chased, right? It's this way or that way. Designed by the psychology community to kill every person on the planet. There's no meaning people that treat you how they should. They're told to do it until you're dead and gone. And they damn well know that they're lying. They all know they're lying, okay? Every person knows they're lying. And you can see it in the tone of their voice. Like that police officer. You can see it in the tone of their voice. Okay. By the way, LAPD working with Rody Morales to try to plant a trash bag of marijuana buddy in my house, which they failed, taking the police. I don't have proof, but that's my theory. I have proof that Rody did this, but I don't have proof of where it came from. But I do know that Rody Morales was connected with the LAPD and working with the LAPD to take me to strip clubs where Alexis Amore comes into play, whatever, I mentioned that before, and Brian Longbotham and Tim Thompson. And she claims she doesn't know him. She claims she has no knowledge of this, yet I guess the rest of the world does. I'm confused on that one. Trying to plant all this shit in my house. And really, if these things can't be publicly talked about, then I'm not safe to be around people anyways. That's the reality of the situation, because there's this underlying worldwide murder operation going on that needs to be thrown down on the table so that I can have a normal life. And they don't feel, remember, that they're better than me, so I don't have a right to breathe. And that starts at 5 years old with my father. I'm better than Kevin. I have the right to kill him. And then every person afterwards on the planet Earth. Rudy Morales working with LAPD to take LAPD drugs, confiscated drugs, try to get them in my house. That police officer with his voice shaking, calling me bud and buddy. Okay. Not really shaking, but uneven. Okay, so I can't do these simple things. I can't put on a jokey t-shirt. I can't order the same thing. Because why? Because the well is poisoned, and instantly they go for the jugular, throwing the rocks and anger ice. See, you're doing it, and you're crazy, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, nothing's going on. I'm doing everything every human being does, but the difference is that you have these people have a skewed perception of me based on the government defamation, slander, libel, correct? So, and it doesn't matter what I do. There's no questions asked. You're a bad guy. You need to die. Okay? Hence, walking into a coffee shop, people that watch horror movies need to die. But how do you have the information, and why do you care, and why are you... Then it jumps to the next person, the next person, the next person. What's going on? Well, he's an asshole. Okay, but it's the same thing. You're told I'm an asshole, but how do you know if I'm an asshole until you get to know me? And if you try to get to know me based on trying to set me up or provoke me or frame me, then you're the asshole, right? If I walk into a coffee shop and there come the rocks at my head, well, people that watch horror movies need to die, alrighty, have a good one, man, have a good one, man, have a good one, man, have a good one. Then I can't really be nice to anyone, can I? Because you're throwing fucking rocks at my head, and out comes the asshole or self-defense in response to some asshole, child molesting, murdering piece of shit is trying to put me in the fucking ground, right? So that does not make me an asshole. That makes me a really good person that doesn't like murderers trying to hunt me and kill me. And every motherfucker on the planet who is honest is going to say, yes, Kevin, you are correct. What they are doing is unacceptable. And you're in the right and you're a good person. Okay. So, we don't need to ask the questions because we're going to tell Kevin who he is. From stranger to stranger. How's that even fucking possible? It's designed to drive you crazy and kill you or lock you in a mental institution. What was Jason Perlman's threats at 16? Me and my friends are going to put you in a mental institution. What was Adriana Oliveira sent after me by Lorena, my father? I'm going to put you in a mental institution. Okay. Because I didn't date her, but really it goes much deeper. Okay, so someone said that, wait, who said? Someone said this to me a couple of days ago. And it reminded me of my father's office about 10 years ago. People are scared of you. Okay. Kevin, people are scared of you. Okay, I just wanted to reset the camera because sometimes the sensor gets a little squirrely after. Kevin, people are scared of you. Or I like to joke, scared. People are scared of me. People are scared of you. Kevin, you say scary things. Kevin, people are scared of you. My father 10 years ago. People are scared of you. And I looked at him and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't say it, but I was like, what the fuck is this guy babbling? You got an office of people, you got an entire office of 28 employees throwing rocks at my head minute by minute for 14 years, working with an entire planet throwing rocks at my head, 100,000 to 1,000,000 attacks per day. And then my father has the audacity to say, Kevin, people are scared of you, or as I joke, scared of me. And let's do the behavioral analysis of how scared people behave. Let me tell you, if I'm walking down the street and some big muscular guy that looks like Bane with tattoos and fucking scars here, and he's holding a fucking machete, and he's walking down the street, and blood's dripping off his hand in the fucking machete. And I'm going, that looks like a scary ass motherfucking situation, and I'm scared of that fucking guy, and I'm not going near. Pause. I am not going near that motherfucker holding a bloody machete with blood and guts and eyeballs falling on the ground and whatever. And he's walking down the street yelling at the top of his lungs to himself. Well, I'm afraid of that guy, so I'm going to start picking up little pebbles and start throwing it at his head. Time out. Pause. Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman states that a plan of people throwing rocks at my head minute by minute or pebbles at my head since 5 years old with the argument it's because they're afraid of me. Does that make sense? Then I'm told I think differently. If I'm afraid of that motherfucker and I start throwing pebbles at the guy's head, what do you think's going to happen to me? I'm a fucking dead man, correct? That machete is going to start coming my direction, and he's, instead of the guy walking that way, he's going to start walking this way, correct? Towards me. And then that machete is going to start swinging at my fucking neck, correct? So if I'm afraid of the guy, I'm going to be avoiding him. Avoiding the guy. So my father, who's paying off all these people to have me killed with the defamation to the planet and with Jason Perlman, all my office employees and all my neighbors are afraid of me, so they're following me from place to place. They're waiting in cars all night. They're having security guards threaten me, you're not allowed to take walks, or we'll try to mace you. They're having women come into my life saying you're a sexual deviant, so I'm gonna hunt you and kill you if you go to a strip club and things like that. They have Terrence Scroggins running around, I'm crazy and he's afraid of me, so he's following me from place to place before ever even putting up a website, Kevin Perlman Target, or having cards. And this template or algorithm, Daryl Oon's afraid of me for telling him that my father put a shock collar on Rhoda, his dog Rhoda. Why would he be afraid of me over that? He should be afraid of Ronald Barry Perlman. So he's going to hunt me and kill me with Mike Huntley. Strippers are afraid of me for going to strip clubs. Coffee people that I'd never spoke to are afraid of me for sitting outside, reading a book and getting coffee. So they're hunting me to kill me. Rudy Morales is afraid of me, so he's trying to set me up with the LAPD by planting drugs in my house, taking me to the strip club, saying I'm stalking and killing strippers. Porn stars are afraid of me, so they're following me to coffee shops, stalking me, provoking me with mass groups, and trying to get me to go after them. Alexis Amore, I'll just say it how it is. You must be afraid of me, so you're sending anonymous people after me to message me, provoking me, to try to get angry reactions, to reinforce your fears of me. That doesn't make sense, because if you're punching me in the back of the head 100 million times, whether it's you or 100,000 strangers with you in a connected, internet-based information kill system, you're going to eventually get those reactions. And what are you going to say? Well, I punched the guy in the back of the head 1,000 times like Jason Perlman, and he reacted, and I don't like him reacting. Okay, filled up that SD card. Okay, so you get the point here. Let me just finish that thought because SD card filled up. So I was saying, Alexis Amore, you're having these people anonymously provoke me, and then that information is going up on these internet kill systems worldwide, right? And then you're collecting all the data and you're compiling the data. And it's not just Alexis Amore, it's everyone, wherever I go worldwide. So the more people that attack me, the more data is collected and try to use against me. And so like when Victoria June is messaging me, doing all this crazy passive-aggressive terror tactics to try to get reactions. and then you're trying to get reactions, and then you're collecting the data, saying you're crazy, and I'm afraid of this guy. Well, you're casting the first 100 million stones. And if you expect to be no response, then you people are the one that are crazies. Not me. You people. So attacking me minute by minute, my entire life since 5 years old, by an entire planet, saying you're crazy for not liking it. What are some of those death threats? No relaxing for you, nigger. You better learn to accept it or it's going to get a lot worse for you, Skylar. If you want to be my friend, I'm going to treat you like shit, and that's not a singular, that's a worldwide plural. Do you understand? And that's where things don't make sense, because I told Skylar, Stephanie, I said, never talk to me, never call me, never message me after she made that statement. But you're not allowed to walk away from them. They just keep coming after you. So, if you're going to have Christina Fox or whatever make me look crazy in messages, if you're going to have with these freaky anonymous, maybe possibly anonymous accounts, some are, some aren't, but everyone's involved. So Victoria June looked like a legit account. Christina Fox, I think, was a fake account. The timing of the messaging, everything is all based on conspiracies. The timing of situations are strategically, like they'll message you on a strategic time, and it might either be based off a certain situation to dig for information, or it might be based on cryptic. Example, I'm going to message you every time ending in 22 or something like that. 22 57s, hinting about the 357 my father bought, working with LAPD to put bullet holes in his car, which he's probably running around trying to say I stole his gun, I'm guessing, while he tried to break in my house, trying to plant shit in my house. 2017, and you know he probably wanted to try to plant his 357 in my house to cover up all his shit, right? With all the things they were doing with guns. Okay? And okay, I'm gonna take a break here. I'm gonna eat some food and check out the pretty beach weather, and then I'll get back on camera in a few here. And that's it. So any final thoughts about, you can't go around provoking people and not expect a reaction, and then try to use the reaction as a justification that I don't want to talk to you, or I don't want you here, or don't talk to my friends, or like Starbucks, all the coffee shops, but Starbucks, I have solid proof. We've been provoking you at coffee shops minute by minute for 20 years on a planetary scale. We're trying to get a reaction so we can fabricate paperwork saying you're not a good person, we don't want you here. And they eventually fabricate falsified paperwork, just like Dincy paid off. It all comes down to one thing. We're going to hunt and kill your kind since 5 years old. And if you walk into a public place, we're going to hunt you and kill you. And we don't want you here for breathing. And if they don't want me somewhere for breathing, they're child molesting, murdering, racist, scum, judgmental scum, shit, trash. Oh, Kevin, you call someone trash. Yes, I did. Shit like that doesn't have the right to breathe or exist. You don't see me going around labeling and trying to kill people like my daddy, do you? I've been an exceptional person my entire life, even to this day. But I will speak out and I will stand up against this, no matter who the fuck you are. Even if you're the President of the United fucking States of America. Okay. So, strategically designed to set up frame, say we don't want you here, but why? Well, because you're a pathetic loser and a creep? Well, I can't tell you one person that has a basis to make that judgment. Okay? And Alexis, I'll use you as an example because I know you watch all these like everyone else in secret. With everyone's spy game tactics, Brian Longbottom spy game tactics. None of you have a basis to judge me. You can't go through internet propaganda kill systems and think you know me. Okay? You can't know me without asking questions. You can't know me without getting to know me. And that's how it works. That's why when I want to get to know someone, I ask them out on a date, or if it's not a girl, I want to hang out and have hobbies with them or whatever, and have friends, and I see who they are. So you can't dig through an internet propaganda system thinking you know me. Well, I know Kevin because that gay guy that I didn't ask out says you hate gay people. Well, if I don't ask out a gay person, why does that mean I hate gay people? Maybe I'm just not gay. Why do I have to date the gay guy? And why do I have to date Adrian Olivares, the crazy fucking loon who breaks into guys' houses? And what is it she told me? Some guy wasn't really into her, so she broke into his house and she threw tomato juice all over his clothes. And I'm a bad guy for not dating her? Okay, so Kevin says scary things. Well, that's a vague general statement now, isn't it? And if Jason Perlman on his worldwide propaganda kill system says Kevin says scary things, so we have the right to kill him, that in itself is the crime. The propaganda channel. Not one of these people have the right to judge me if they've never been in my life. Okay? Not one. Whether it's you, Alexis Amore, or you, Victoria June, or you, Lisa Del Sierra, or Danielle Derrick, or I'll take it out of the porn. You, Brian Longbotham, you, Brian Weaver, you, Tim Thompson, you, Steve McPike. Tim Thompson and Steve McPike. Those are good names. I'm gonna follow Kevin to Poolholes and fucking rid him of the world before ever getting to know me. Victoria Walker, Michael Bialis, Matt Von Malaki, which I was nice enough to co-sign for a fucking wedding ring. So if he's running around saying I'm a horrible guy, if you co-sign for someone's wedding ring, you're a pretty fucking trustworthy person, okay? I mean, you're showing that in this triangle relationship. Oh my God, Kevin's in a triangle relationship. Well, I'm not dating the girl. I just fucking have been friends with her for 5 years prior. As a matter of fact, I don't think I ever called her. She always called me. But if I'm nice enough to co-sign for Matt Von Malaki's wedding ring for Victoria Walker, it's showing that I'm a really good fucking friend. These are the people that are hunting me to fucking kill me based on their Brian Longbotham judgments. Hey, I'll give you money to befriend Kevin to fucking kill him. Okay? Kelly Ash was fed information. Follow Kevin up. Southern Oregon State College. Kill him. All my neighbors. What are they basing their judgments on? Not my business cards. They were hunting me way before the fucking business cards. What are they basing these? I've never. Yuki. I don't know who this Yuki girl, this Asian Yuki girl is, and I'm guessing she's working with Jason Perlman and Jennifer Pelchick Perlman on Jason's Pearl Harbor shit, right? Take Me on the Caribbean Cruise. Here's an Asian girl working probably somehow with Jennifer Yang, even though I've never done anything to Jennifer Yang, but then I've never done anything to anyone, right? So the Pearl Harbor Schizo Tactics when I was 14 with Jason Perlman and Darren Moselle and my father. Here's Yuki. We got on my website the defamation blogs. Don't talk to Kevin Perlman. He's a violent paranoid schizo. If you see him, call the cops. Yuki, some random stranger I've never met. Well, where are those judgments from Yuki coming from if I've never talked to Yuki and I have no fucking clue who this fucking child molesting pedophile paid off piece of shit is? Correct? Who is she? We have no interactions. She's some random girl. If you see Kevin, kill him. Clearly took fucking money. That blog alone has like 15 different defaming accusations. Okay? And that's right on my Kevin Perlman target that they don't want to exist with proof of their defamation. So where are these judgments coming from? Oh, well, Kevin took a walk and he didn't shave. Kevin took a walk and he didn't shave, so he's a violent paranoid schizo. So we have defamation Google blogs that he's a violent paranoid schizo and don't talk to him. And, by the way, it instantly goes worldwide with billions of government dollars. And the psychology community. And we have posts from Michael Huntley. Kevin's a schizo and he needs to be locked away. My own business partner who wanted to start a company with me. Nothing's going on strange here. Just like Jennifer Pilchick Perlman, we need to deem Kevin as crazy because she doesn't want to be known as a fucking child molesting pedophile fucking murderer who tells her like 6-year-old son to whistle at me, Reese, in hopes she can get me to go after Reese. Because she's a child molesting piece of fucking shit. And the question of why she chose the name Reese, since they work on so many Terminator tactics with Darren Moselle and Kelly Hatch, there might be something to that. I'm not going to say no for sure. Okay, I'm going to eat some food and then get on a little later and watch the sunset. Starting to lose my voice a little here too. To get you the information that you don't want me to get you because you don't want to have to deal with the fucking reality, right? But I have to deal with the fucking reality for no reason while I'm all alone and isolated with a planet trying to kill me for no reason. So if I have to deal with it, all of you have to deal with it. Until you say what's going on is wrong and unacceptable and the wrongs need to be righted. And I don't mean some stupid lame-ass shit like you gave me a girl to date. I mean truth out in the open, accountability, organizations sued for damages. This isn't about a girl. It's never been about a girl. We all fucking know it. Not then, not now, not at 5 years old, not at 16 years old, not now. Okay, so I ate a little food. Sun just set. I figure maybe I should finish this up. Try to finish this up now because I got a lot to say. And then there's a lot more, right? To say. And it has nothing to do with Kid Doggo. Brent Weaver calling me a Mexican, mad at me for building cars. Clearly paid off to have me kill with Pineapple Joe and my father and the lies about how I stole $10,000 for the 426 Hemi and things. It just link into every single thing I do since 5 years old, right? Just kill Kevin at all costs. Okay, so, but now I do have a lot to say because there's a fucking worldwide campaign to kill me for some reason. Didn't know one thinks is wrong. Okay, so let's go down while we're losing light. I don't know if... Okay, where was I? Jesus. People are scared, and they're explaining that these people aren't scared. They're not even close to scared. It's like a bully. They have a planet of bullies bullying me to death since 5 years old, and then the bully's going, I'm scared of Kevin. Sort of falling from place to place, punching him in the back of the head. Again, like Jason Perlman, he's a fucking bully. Tom Varley, he's a bully. Kevin was too shy to talk to Christy Reynolds. I'm going to mentally beat the shit out of him and kill him with every resource on the planet, except, why does he have the resources? With the psychology community to work on me with paranoid schizophrenia tactics, okay? That's the thing, it doesn't make sense. That's not bullying. That's a way, it's a way of torturing someone so they can't defend themselves and they just keel over and die or end up in mental institutions. They're strategically designed to exterminate or eradicate. That's the point, that you can't. If I walk into a coffee shop and 1,000 people show up parking cars backwards and 500 Reds show up and 50 orange Chargers show up together trying to send me schizo messages, nothing's directly said. Maybe a guy walks up and says, "Hi, how are you, man?" with the man tactic. Well, how do you stop that? It's designed, it's equivalent to like launching 1,000 missiles a day at someone. You're sitting there, maybe I'll go to college, maybe I'll get a computer science degree. Oh, here come 1,000 missiles. Here come 1,000 missiles. Here, what's going on? Who's launching the missiles? What's going on? Okay, right? Well, people are afraid of you, Kevin. Well, the only level of fear that I can say is maybe they're afraid of me like Adolf Hitler's afraid of Jews. Maybe they're afraid of me like black people, like slave owners. Racist people are afraid of black people afraid. I mean, there's a small level of fear, but past the fear is I'm going to kill and eradicate Kevin at all costs. Now, government fear of multiple things. Government fear of... So a guy said it, one of my neighbors said it the other day, and my father said it like 10 years ago in his office. I'm like, these people aren't fucking afraid of me. They're fucking following me around, stalking, and in anger, I'm going to kill this guy at all costs since he was 5 years old. They're not afraid. Maybe afraid of what I know, but that's a different ball game here. What was I about to say? I don't remember what I was about to say. Scared because so like Adolf Hitler, maybe there's an underlying, I'm afraid of Jews and they're the inferior race. But that's not fear. That's like an underlying. Then there's the hate and the rage after the fear. If you were to do like a prioritize the emotions, you would have fear, hate, rage, intolerant of imperfection or something. I don't know. And but the fear is minimal. Fear is like, everyone has fear. It's how you deal with fear. Correct? Everyone has fear. I'm going to say it again. Everyone has fear. It's how you deal with your fear. Okay? Everyone has fear about something, or fears about other things, or some things. Everyone has their strong points and their low points. And everyone has fear. How do you deal with the situation when fear comes to you is the real question. People, Kevin, are afraid of you. Okay, well, how are you going to deal with it? Are you going to hunt me and kill me? Or are you going to just go your own way and live your life? You see what I'm saying? Lorraine Escobar. I'm afraid of Kevin. I'm going to follow him from place to place trying to kill him. Well, maybe someone told her something and she has some fear, but the part where she's hunting me to have me killed means she really doesn't give a shit this way or that way. She's hunting me to kill me out of hate. Okay, so maybe some little fear seed was there, but the real issue is why she's hunting and killing people. Okay, and that applies to my father too. I'm afraid of my 5-year-old. I'm gonna hunt him and kill him. Okay, well, fear's not an excuse to kill people. Okay, so his statement doesn't really make sense, but then he can't have a logical, factual argument as to why. And they all come down to, well, I'm afraid of Kevin because yesterday wore a green shirt. Okay, well, if that's your thought process, then I don't think we can have a honest conversation, because people wear green shirts, and maybe the next day I wear a blue shirt. Oh, well, now it's a blue shirt. Okay, well, how am I going to have a conversation with a man or a person? They can't understand that people wear different color shirts and they change, and people have repetitive behaviors. Everyone has repetitive, what's the word? There's a term for it. Your routines. Example, most people that go to the office, if they might stop by a shop, the same coffee shop every morning, and buy a coffee and go to the office. It's a routine that everyone sort of does. Okay. Oh, well, now you have OCD. You're crazy. I'm afraid of you. Okay, right? You can't have a logical, factual conversation with a psychotic murderer that doesn't make any sense, I guess, is my point. Okay, so none of them make any sense. They don't actually have any real arguments. They're just, well, Kevin didn't shave, so we have to kill him with the planet people. And we're afraid of Kevin. Okay, but that's not justifiable. Adolf Hitler's afraid of Jews, and he killed them all. Okay? Tried to kill them all. But you really think when my father says these people are afraid of me, it would make more sense, common sense, to say these people are afraid of me because I know what's going on and I can talk about it. Like my father with Kieran Eshigan paying off Scroggins and Dincy to try to lock me away and force me into a mental institution on their original agenda since 5 with Jason. Me and my friends are going to put you in a mental institution around 14 to 16, when I was 14 or 16. Okay, so what are they really afraid of? Because if I'm sitting there being the nicest motherfucker known to man, to strangers I've never met, then what could they be afraid of unless they're given information? Well, Kevin says scary things. Well, I don't know, man. Like, when you're, like, getting 50 guys and bukkake your fucking face, I think I'd be scared than some of my harmless, cheesy comments, cheeseball comments. I'd be scared of anything, okay? Right? Compared to my comments. But really, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard from everyone. So my father's saying, well, people are afraid of you. Well, once again, they're just looking for cover-up excuses to accomplish their extermination agenda, correct? Okay, so, what I put? Scared because I found out what they're doing. Well, that should be the scariest. Since I was 5, that they shouldn't be doing, and why not stop? Okay, why can't they stop? Well, we tried to kill Kevin and he found out, and he has the details, so we're afraid of him, so we keep getting worse and worse. But why not stop? I mean, it's not going away. I mean, even if you killed me at this point, it's not going away at this point. So why not leave it alone and say we fucked up? Because someone's really fucking mad. And someone doesn't want to be held accountable and that truth coming out, right? And people like Jason. Well, I'm a urologist and my younger brother's crazy and oh, you're a fucking liar and you were hunting him all this fucking time? Oh, well, we don't want to give you our business. We don't want to give you our money. You're a piece of shit. I mean, that's the most realistic sort of answer to that question, right? We don't want to be known as people that hunted Kevin to exterminate him and that everything's lies. We want to look like good people. But you're not. Whether I were to be crazy or not, they're not good people. Because what kind of people run around being crazy hunters? Okay? What kind of people? I've never heard of such a thing. Well, Kevin went to college. I think it's crazy. So we're going to get the teachers together and execute him. Well, they're crazy hunters, right? But there's no crime. Like I've stated before. There's no crime in being crazy. There's no crime in it. When you listen to those police scanner recordings of mine and they say possible male mental track their cell phone, there's actually 2 crimes. There's the privacy violations, track the cell phone, and there's the labeling. Okay, why is a cop saying possible mental cop, who is not a psychologist, saying possible male mental, labeling a random person as mental illness, and then hunting them? Okay? It's the same thing as saying Jew. There's a Jew walking there, track his cell phone. Get any dirt you can use against him. There's a Jew walking, track his cell phone, get any dirt that you could use against him. It's the same exact dialogue. Possible male mental, track their cell phone. It's an identical dialogue. You're throwing a label and you're hunting. Now, crime is about committing crimes. Law books are about committing crimes. Law books say nothing about mental illness. It is not a crime to be crazy or not crazy or mental ill or sane and then you come down to the whole, well, what is crazy? That girl over there, she's a slut. She slept with 50 guys this year. She's crazy. We gotta put her in a mental institution. Come on, that's not how it plays out, right? That's not how these dialogues play out. Well, I think that 40 years ago, Kevin called a girl crazy. Oh, actually, I did call a girl crazy. I called Julia Sofia Reynoso, internet-related chat, also known as Rody Morales. Let's go to strip clubs, Kevin. I'm going to hunt you and kill you, Kevin, for knowing too much because we sent this person after you, which was Rody Morales, some gay rage sicko working with LAPD. And I told Lisa Marie, who was befriending me with Paul Humphrey to execute me, wow, they're coming from all fucking sides, right? Like raptors. And I said, this girl seems crazy. And it turned out she wasn't crazy. She was part of a government murder operation with Rody Morales and the LAPD. She tried playing drugs in my house and shit. Why would Lisa Marie, with Paul Humphrey, who at one point was in the police academy for LAPD, hunting and stalking me, sent after me to have me killed at 14 with Michael Huntley. Why, if I say to Lisa Marie, yeah, this girl sounds kind of crazy, I'm talking to her on the internet, would there be worldwide groups running around saying, Kevin said a girl's crazy and we're going to hunt him and kill him? And I didn't even say it to the girl. I said to Lisa Marie, who lived in Moline, Illinois, who should have nothing to do with Rody Morales hiding out in Hollywood wanting me to meet him at the Sunset. Meet him at the Rainbow on Sunset. So Rody Morales, with his LAPD gay rage, was trying to lure me down on Sunset to the Rainbow to probably bash my fucking skull in, right? Kevin, you're paranoid. Well, am I? How do I know who this Julia Sofia? You can't see a picture. You can't talk to me on the phone. Give me all your money. Oh, poor me. Kevin didn't give me all his money. Right? You think it's because I called a girl crazy to a third party who's my friend, kind of sort of my friend in Chicago, who all this information is going out worldwide to use against me, twisted and contorted out of context? Once again, we're talking about privacy violations of things that happen every minute of every day. But if Kevin does anything at all in life, we have a worldwide campaign to kill him. Okay? Period. None of these are crimes. None of these things are wrong. They're just worldwide bullying, kill justifications, nonstop to a 5-year-old. With government kill agendas in the psychology community. So scared because I found out what they're doing that they shouldn't be doing is the only common sense rational answer, because any other I'm afraid of Kevin does not justify them hunting me to kill me. And the same with the latter. I know what you're doing, except murderers don't like to be caught, hence all the photos and video, especially at coffee shops, of murderers hunting to kill me, whether they be Armenians, Persians, the large Starbucks groups, the large coffee bean groups, everywhere else. Officer Toro, if you ever take a picture of a person, I will exercise the law in my own way, showing that LAPD is guilty as shit, paying off people like Rody Morales, Mike Huntley, Paul Humphrey, and many others to have me killed with my sicko father. Okay? And brother. Mike Wexler, Jason Baum. There's so many. There's just so fucking many. And you can go to my website, People and Tactics. I list a lot of them. Okay, so, oh shit, this thing got really hard. I'm too lazy now to get a cutter, I just bite it off. Lorena Bob Sandler it. People, strangers, so proof. LAPD Officer Toro, you have proof of a mass crime to kill you. We don't want you talking. We just want you to die silently. We want to kill you or eradicate you quietly with no loose ends. Officer Toro came from the Van Nuys area. Okay, shit. Bright light. Okay, people, strangers getting way too much information, making things look like something it's not. I mean, that's really the same as out of context information, right? They're digging, they're reinforcing their lies. They're digging. Kevin's crazy, I'm gonna prove Kevin's... Well, that's up with the whole X3, you, Alexis Amore, Victoria June. Victoria June, sort of working together, trying to collect information. Christina Fox, so many others. All the anonymous accounts messaging me with the provoking things. Well, I'm afraid of Kevin. Kevin's crazy, and I'm going to prove it. But you can't prove it. That's not how it works. Kevin's crazy. If I keep punching him in the back of the head, he might beat the shit out of me. He's violent. Well, yeah, if you keep punching me in the back of the head, I'm going to get fucking violent to stop you from trying to kill me. Or torturing me to death, right? Or dying of blood loss, slow blood loss from the blows of the fucking head. Okay? So you're not proving it. The only person that is crazy are the people doing it. Okay? Not the victim. Okay, that guy's crazy. I'm going to prove he's crazy. Those are the crazy people. He's Jason Perlman. Kevin's crazy. I'm going to follow him around, punching him in the back of the head, and flicking him in the air 100 million fucking times. And then you do something to stop him in a passive way. See, I told you he's crazy. Dr. Alan Perlman and Mike Huntley. Mike Huntley, originally Jason's friend. You're not allowed to defend yourself. So wait, you follow me around, you're attacking me over and over, you refuse to ever stop. And if I defend myself, I'm crazy. What did you prove? You proved that you're crazy. These people prove that all of them are crazy. Nobody behaves like that. So my family is crazy. They're fucking nuts. They're psychotic loons. And while Jason and Darren Moselle are making their little movie Psychos, while holding knives up to my throat at 14, you know what their real intentions were while trying to make it look like I conform to media, right? And that's why he keeps showing me horror movies. And now it applies to everything. It applies to the adult industry, mainstream Hollywood and all movies, low-budget people, everyone, Twitter comments, Model Mayhem comments, forums, blog comments, and then they'll try to collect everything I say and use it against me. Like if I say appreciate it to an IT blog, a person on an IT blog, I somehow committed a crime by saying appreciate it. Just like me asking a Coffee Bean employee, trying to be nice and ask a Coffee Bean Jew killer employee, how's it going? He's projecting on me because they're involved in a murder operation to have me killed, and he wants to cover it up, right? And that's what it's really about. Killing Kevin at all costs since 5 years old and trying to keep it covered up and getting bigger and bigger worldwide murder groups while everyone is told to do the same exact things since 5 years old until I'm dead and gone, ratcheting down. Which might have been why the Mercedes guy threw a wrench at me at Star Auto House. Oh yeah, Nikki Sixx borrowed a wrench. Okay, I was trying to figure that one out. Okay, Nikki Sixx borrowed the wrench, but the Mercedes guy threw a wrench at me. Okay, and then they loosened the lug nut, saying drive Chuck Norris's car home, try to fucking kill me on the road, right? You can pretty much do the math. That wasn't really Chuck Norris's car. Okay. That was at 16, or 17, or 18. Okay, what did I put here? I put gone in 60 seconds. I was making some jokes. I named the Corvette Eleanor, right? Just joking around. Oh, that's a crime. You stole from the movie. Memphis Reigns. I thought that was interesting. There is an older... Gone the original Gone in 60 Seconds, I think, was made in like the 60s or something. Tail of the Dragon. The girl telling me I should go to Tail of the Dragon. Now, I was watching Gone in 60 Seconds the other day, and I thought this line... I thought this line was kind of interesting. Because you never really focus on these things until you know what to focus. So the movie Gone in 60 Seconds, the newer one. The Asian girl at the DMV, who can't drive, can't pass her driving test. When they tail you, you're supposed to go faster. I thought that was interesting. Because at 16, when I got into cars, some of the LAPD guys ran a red light tailing me with brights on in a semi-threatening manner. Does that make sense? Not like super threatening, but you're like, what's going on here? LAPD ran a red light, brights on, tailing me. I saw it in the rear. I sped up. They followed me for several miles to Hidden Hills Gate. Pulled me over, gave me a speeding ticket. Now, I find it interesting because why were they harassing me at 16? So much so that they have a worldwide campaign to kill me over. Does that make sense? To cover it up. Because I never really thought much about it. Just like I never thought about the girl in the Honda, by the Honda dealer, launching her car sideways, trying to kill me, getting out of the car, saying, Kevin tried to kill me. Now they might say, well, Kevin peeled out in his car a couple times, so he's a menace to society. But that's the stupidest thing I've ever fucking heard. Once again, they're collecting imperfection and hunting me, using it as an excuse when everyone else is out living their life and nothing's perfect. Does that make sense? Brian Weaver doing donuts in his Chevelle. Brian Weaver intentionally blowing up his 454 nitrous and stealing money from his dad, saying my engine actually accidentally blew up, and building a hot rod engine with Pineapple Joe at Hawaii Racing. Not only is it obvious what Brian Weaver was doing while they made up lies about me that I stole $10,000 from my dad with my father, but nobody cared about Brian. Oh, you know, Brian's being an idiot kid. Well, Brian Weaver's running around saying I have a public shaming with worldwide support to kill you, Kevin, at around 29. And me realizing that Brian Weaver was paid off to have me killed all the way down to fucking 8th grade, working with Ryan Hirsch. Okay? Oh, it's about mental illness. Yeah, okay. Because people with mental illness need to be fucking tortured and killed and exterminated. Okay, so yeah, so police brighting me and following me, and a manipulating situation. You understand what I'm saying? The cops are running a red light, they're brighting me, and they're tailing me. Obviously want a reaction, because that's not the behavior, that's the type of behavior that's going to get a reaction. Well, Kevin must be a car thief, right? Based on what? Because Jason had a friend, Jeff Allen or something, that was a car thief or something, so what does that have to do with me? Was it even true? I don't know. How did I know if Jeff Allen was really a car thief if I wasn't friends with him? But look at what's going on. Everything that someone else does, it's Kevin. And there's worldwide campaigns to kill me over it. And the Ryan Longbotham rap sheet and laundry list gets larger and larger every single day to justify a worldwide murder operation to kill a 5-year-old for no reason. Do these people actually believe the stupidity? It's hard for me to believe that they believe the stupidity. Okay. As my voice is going and I'm sick of talking and we're losing light. I put one more note here and I don't even know if I really have thoughts about it. It's based on some of the porn stars kicking off. That's really a rude way of saying it. Okay, so Yurzon Beltrans, I guess, keeled over a couple of years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I was never friends with her. If someone's trying to say I killed her, that's the stupidest thing. If someone's trying to say I mental illnessed her or something like that, which my guess is that's the type of shit they spew. Because remember, we have Alexis Moore saying something like, you're a stalker, and you don't know what it applies to because everything's general and vague. So I just talk about everything, right? Because we have the Long Beach attackers trying to make it about that and other things that don't make sense. And their reasoning just changes on an hour-by-hour basis. Okay, so let's talk about my theories of Yurzon Beltran. Met her at an adult con. Maybe 2005, 2008, I'm not sure. The only thing I said to her was, oh, hi. I walked up to her booth. Oh, you're sweet Yurzon. And I grabbed a card, a business card, and I said, oh, I'll check out the website. And that's it, and I walked away. Not in a neutral, not in a happy, sad, mean, not mean. Probably the first time ever seeing her. Like, never seeing her on the internet or whatever. She had that look on her face like you raped my dog 50 times. That scared look. And like Alexis Moore, well, you say scary things, so probably the scary thing is, oh, cool. Oh, you're sweet. The scary statement apparently is, oh, you're sweet Yurzon. I'll check out your website. I mean, that's scary and shit, right? I mean, that's a scary motherfucking thing to say, right? I mean, if you're afraid of that, or maybe they're basing it on something that was made up about me, right? Because there's a worldwide libel, slander, defamation, smear operation, except I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know what was going on. I was trying to understand. So, all that time, based on finding out, probably recently, in the last couple of years, that all her shit, like everyone else's, has hidden messages based on trying to collect my life. Trying to collect my life, put it in their media, or verbally say it on social networks, and get me pissed off at them to reel me in to say Kevin's crazy. So you can do the math. That scared look, like Alexis Moore's at the Los Angeles Spearmint Rhino, after they lured me down there with Tim Thompson to check out the Citrix Metaframe environment, was probably not something I said, but probably, oh shit, he knows what we're involved in, right? I mean, let's talk about common sense here. Let's talk about common sense and what really is. Is it more realistic to believe that, oh, you're sweet Yurzon, you're sweet Yurzon, and I'll check out your website. Ooh, really scary. Or maybe some of Jason's comments, like football players yelling, break his legs, and things like that, which nobody would fucking care about. Working with Damon Reagans, kill Kevin, a high school football player, kill Kevin at all costs. Still, my brother's saying break his legs. It's not really that scary. It doesn't scare me. I don't think it really scares anyone else. Didn't scare any of his friends, but they're all coming after me. So what's more realistic to believe? That scared look is because I say scary things? Or that scared look is from people involved in something, doing things that they shouldn't be doing, that they're told to do by the government, United States, and psychology community, that Kevin's crazy, so make him look like a violent paranoid schizo and exterminate him. That's more realistic. So if we want to talk about Occam's razor from like the movie Contact or whatever, that's more realistic. Okay, so what are my theories of Urizel and Beltran? Because probably some of the low-life gossips are running around saying I killed Urizel, trying to make me look crazy, right? It's more of a theory of mine, but being that we have people like Carissa Brands working with Paul Humphrey on the mental illness tactics. Oh, Kevin forced me into a mental institution. Of course, there's nothing I did to Carissa Brands except meet her a couple times when Paul Humphrey brought her over. If there lies were that I somehow forced Carissa Brands to check herself into a mental institution, that would have had to have been like 4 interactions when Paul Humphrey brought her over, and I don't think 4 interactions on a girl is going to force her into a mental institution unless I have groups of people working on her every day of her life for like 20 years, right? Okay, so not possible, but you know how these sickos work. So let's set the bullshit stage. Let's set the disinformation. Nothing I ever did to Carissa Brands was be nice to her, and she worked on all these angles with Paul Humphrey to try to set me up and frame me and make it look like I was stealing her from Paul 10 years later after they broke up, and all sorts of weird, freaky things like that. Paul Humphrey was sent after me to have me killed with Mike Huntley at 14. Mike Huntley, originally Jason Perlman's friend. Paul Humphrey's brother, Joe Humphrey, Calabasas High, Jason Perlman's class. Friends. 2 people coming at me, stalking me, Paul Humphrey, Mike Huntley, once again, pairs of 2s hunting me to have me killed, or made to look crazy to be eradicated. What's the fucking difference? That's all the way down to 14 years old. That's before Paul Humphrey even met Carissa Brands. Okay. Here's my theory on Urizel and Beltrans. Since we're not friends, since I don't know her, she's getting older, she blimps up. So this is the superficial side of modeling and the adult industry, whatever. She blimps up. Her money-making days are over in that industry. Probably suffering a lot of depression. Probably taking medication for depression, which is making things worse because a lot of those medications have side effects and you gain weight. She's getting huge. She no longer looks like a porn star. She no longer looks like an adult model. This is her bread and butter. This is her bread and butter. To make money. The looks are gone. You're not going to make money in porn. You're not going to make money modeling. Correct? You're blimped up. I know that sounds mean on a super, but we're talking about the reasoning, the thought processes. She's blimped up. Probably taken antidepressants. Could be a lot more going on because a lot of those girls aren't stable, without trying to generalize. A lot of those girls have a lot of issues. And to tell you the truth, every time I saw Urizel in person at like adult cons, she always had like an angry look. Okay? Possibly just a really angry, unstable person. I don't know. Don't know her. I'm not going to make those judgments. I do not know her. Unlike all of you, I'm not going to make those judgments. I don't know her. I've never sat down with her. I've never talked to her. I've just had those very superficial interactions, which were very strange. She's putting shit, messages and all her shit directed at me like everyone else. Let's leave that out. Let's leave that out. She's blimped up. Her modeling days are over. She's depressed. She's taking all this medication. How am I going to make money? I overdose. Okay? Maybe her thought process is, I'm going to end it here. I have no future. I can't tell you. Okay. Being that the amount of bullshit and scams I see with these people directed at me, at first I thought that probably it was just one of those fake, what do you call them? SEO, search engine optimization people that write those fake articles and blast them. So I was thinking maybe it's like an SEO article blast because they're not certified articles. Okay, so she kills herself. There's statements, a few superficial statements about how she got depressed and overdosed and whatever. So if someone's trying to say, well, Kevin did it to her, yeah, I did that to her. Like, I ruined Starbucks' life in 2001 for buying coffee with Paul Humphrey, before that getting a security job there and hunting me to have me killed for buying coffee with Worldwide Groups. Okay? There's nothing I've done to her or anyone else. Now, for some reason, I just wrote this down. I don't even really have a topic. I put Raven Bay death. Okay? Same type of situation, except Raven Bay is even less. I've never had one interaction with Raven Bay, verbally, on the internet, off the internet, never seen her in person at conventions, but all of her, she was extremely aggressive using media in all of her flicks. Yes, I said flicks, the Jason Perlman flick, and make Kevin look like he conformed to media tactic. All of her flicks had things collected from my life. Especially the big one I remember was from an angry private investigator that didn't want to be honest with the proof he was getting. Trying to make me look crazy. And at the point that I bought a drone, they were all mad, and she made her flick with the drone in it immediately after, just like Tia Cyrus made her flick with the candles after I put a candle on my porch. Okay? Why? Because I'm stalking them? There's no way I'm stalking them. That's not even possible. But they have the NSA level kill resources. I do not. And the methods we're talking about involve billions of government dollars to do anyways. Do I look like an FBI agent with billions of dollars? I'm a no-name guy who's been hunted since 5 years old, and I made it to 29 before ever really accomplishing much of anything in life. And it got a lot worse at that point. There's a worldwide campaign to kill me for no reason. Okay, so let's talk about the Raven Bay scenario. There's a lot of people following me around in red and black flannels and all sorts of things like this directed at me because they're taking things from her flicks and then following me, like the things we see all day with the car groupings and the clothing colors and all that. And then what they try to do is they try to reverse it on me and say, look what Kevin's doing to us. And Kevin's crazy. The same thing. Jason Perlman, we have a bug in your room, and we're listening to everything you do on the radio. Jason using music to try to make me mentally ill, then saying I'm crazy with no communication skills, so I use music like Bumblebee, which obviously, because Darren Moselle is linked into Hollywood, while Jason wanting me to see Transformers 1 with him on his mental illness campaign with my sick father since 5 years old. Raven Bay, extremely aggressive, day one, every piece of media I make, do something collected from Kevin's life. Just try to make him look crazy. Okay. What was Raven Bay to me? Well, she was just another number of a worldwide groups trying to make me look crazy. Okay? We're hunting you for building adult websites. We're hunting you for getting into studio photography. We're hunting you for getting into cars. We're hunting everything. All the above. We're hunting you for building the Artist Connection. We're hunting you for building Vibe Studio or Tweet Studio, originally Tweet Studio, a API website that connected into the Twitter API to better Twitter. Okay, What was Rave? Okay, so once again, 2 months ago or something, we get some of those SEO articles that look very fakey. And this time, Raven Bay, I guess, died recently. Cause of death not stated by family. There is zero information other than Raven Bay passed away. Usually these lights stay on. Some superficial articles, non-credible sources. No cause of death, like no statement. This is how she died. If she died, it could have been anything. It could have been a car accident. It could have been a stroke. It could have been suicide. It could have been she's not really dead. Once again, she retired, I think, a couple years ago, and she kind of got heavy set too. That's the nature of the human body. I'm just saying, you know, that modeling career thing is short-lived normally. Right? You got your 20s and 30s, and then your prime, and then it goes downhill. She retired. She made like a little hinty statement. There were lots of things. There were people sort of ramming my car wearing Raven Bay flannels and all sorts of things linking to Raven Bay with people off the internet, strangers stalking me. Now, they're probably saying I'm stalking Raven Bay, right? How? I can't tell you. Because once again, we can apply this argument to about 100,000 women. So it's not just these two I'm mentioning now. They're just making lame excuses to try to intimidate me and bully me. So, there's a question, did Raven Bay even pass away? Who fucking knows? Is it the next scam directed at Kevin? Probably. Would any of it be my fault? Of course not. There's zero connection other than a planet. There's zero connection to me and Raven Bay, just like anyone else, other than a planet working on me with her. Does that make sense? And I can apply that to almost anyone. I could pick, whether it's a porn star starting in porn right now, I could pick probably someone in the Olympics. I could probably pick someone in Hollywood. I could pick a Hollywood writer. I could pick probably comedians. Okay? I could apply this Worldwide Kill Kevin template to anyone, but the more I find out who's doing what, the angrier they get, and they try to cover it up. Does that make sense? So let's say we have 100,000 people creating media. Let's say we have 100,000 people creating media, and they're sending me schizo messages with my brother and Darren Moselle, my father, trying to make it look like I conform to media. And if I pinpoint one and show that I know, they get extremely angry and they try to cover it up. Because the nature of trying to make someone look like a violent, paranoid, obsessed murderer, to exterminate them since 5 years old, is just that, to sort of reel them in. To reel them in, isn't my brother a big fisherman? Hook them, reel them in, fillet them. Correct? Hook them, reel them in, fillet them. Okay? And that's going on with an entire planet since I was 5 years old. Okay, so we don't know the cause of death. Is Alexis Moore trying to scare me, saying that I've stalked yours on Beltran and Raven Bay? I think she's just, like everyone else, speaking in generals to try to create obsessional looping and say Kevin's crazy. Correct? Okay. Once again, Occam's razor, or what's more realistic, Someone wants me dead and gone because I know too much. They want me dead and gone for my family inheritance. It always goes down to Jason and my father, though. Jason would be a prime suspect to wipe me off for more money. Wipe me out for more money. And started 5, when I was 5. Or is it just Jason's hate for his younger brother because my father got him started and my father taught him to be a psychotic murderer? I mean, these are all sort of forensic psychology questions. Okay. So, once again, though, no specifics, how she died. She did retire a couple of years prior, so what? She's already out of everything anyways. Why not just put up a... Or maybe she did. But, in the end, what does it have to do with Kevin Pearlman? We got guys wedging their vehicles on right turns in between, causing $400 bumper tab accidents with Raven Bay flannels in Hollywood. We have people following around in red, black flannels doing all sorts of weird, shitty things. Once again, we're coming down to the bigger picture, though. Why are they doing it? Well, Kevin, you're a stalker and you're making us hunt you. Well, I don't see how that's possible. Because if someone says I'm a stalker, then why are they not out living their life? Why are they stalking me? Like Terrence Scroggins. Kevin's crazy. I'm going to hunt him to the end of the earth and kill him with every person on the planet. Well, is Terrence Scroggins hunting me because I'm crazy, or is Terrence Scroggins hunting me because he's trying to cover something up by the government? Okay? Now, this template applies to everyone worldwide, because I can go off every person I've ever let in my life has done the same exact thing, and the next person in line is the Lauren neighbor 2 doors down. Okay? We're going to cover up the Kelly Hatch things, we're going to cover up everyone after, and we're going to cover up everyone before with Jennifer Pilchick Pearlman and Lauren 2 houses down is coming from Florida by my brother, once again like Skylar. And I'm gonna, if you want to be my friend, I'm gonna treat you like shit, but we're also gonna hunt you and try to exterminate you. The closer you get and the more you let me into your life, the more I let her into my life, the more she's gonna try to use the information against me to get groups to stalk me and hunt me and kill me or eradicate me. Okay, the same thing that's happened with everyone, even Corey Bixby at 16. Hey Kevin, will you give me a ride home? My life's ruined, everyone hunt and kill Kevin. Kevin's crazy. Okay, same template. Every person I've ever interacted with since 5 years old. Okay, so I guess I don't have much to really say about Raven Bay, but you know she's in the list of, look what Kevin did to her with everyone else on the planet, right? Okay. And I think I will end this here. It's dark. We have shitty lighting. My voice is going. I'm tired. Got a good probably 4 hours here. I think the biggest topic here, though, is I've never had a normal interaction for 45 to 50 years. There is no interaction that doesn't involve, there's Kevin Pearlman, exterminate him. Never. I've never had a night. Whether if I go to Bob's Big Boy this Friday or some of the other car meetups, every interaction will be trying to make me look crazy, or I'm crazy, or I did this or that, or we're gonna rid you of the world, or you're not allowed here, or your hair's too short or long, so you're not allowed here or anywhere else in the world. You smoke a cigar, so you're not allowed here or anywhere else in the world. You yawned past 8 p.m., you're not allowed here or anywhere else in the world. It's always the same. No interaction will be based on a one-to-one, me and them. It'll be based on a one-to-one world. We have a bug in your room and we're listening to everything you do on the radio. A one-to-one world. Making things impossible on all levels to try to make someone look like a violent paranoid schizo, to exterminate them at all costs with billions and billions of government dollars, and then you better not tell anyone or you're a horrible monster and we're going to hunt you and kill you even more. Okay? So we're going to hunt you and kill you, and if you say something, you're a snitch, you're dead. It's the same algorithm. Hunt and kill and exterminate Kevin since 5 years old at all costs with every person on the planet for no reason and no discussion to what the fuck's even going on. And any discussion that will happen will be on vague things that don't make sense, like you're a stalker, you're a creep, you're an asshole, you're this. Nothing specific. And the reason it's based on generalizations is so you can't have a counter argument and resolve a situation. And if there's a worldwide campaign to kill you with nothing directly said for 50 years, then it's designed to exterminate at all costs to kill you. Period. So everything in the world has been told are lies, and they know it, and they refuse to have an honest argument about the real situations and the real questions and the real topics. Which is, why is there a worldwide campaign to kill me? Why is there worldwide propaganda kill systems built around me? Why won't they stop? What is it about? What does they even want other than me dead? Which is clearly the answer. And why are they blindly believing everything they're told? Okay, so I'm tired, so I'll end it here.